It's time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Is on the air. Well, hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Ray Winder Field here in Little Rock, as tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the San Antonio Missions in Game 1 of a 4-game series. Thanks for tuning in today for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show here on Air America, Little Rock 1380, KDXE, and MinorLeagueBaseball.com. I'm Phil Elson. As the Travelers open up the 7-game homestand, it'll be the second-place San Antonio Missions coming in first, and then the Corpus Christi Hooks will be in town Friday and Saturday with Saturday night's doubleheader wrapping up the homestand. Travs coming on after their best stretch of the season. They've won 7 of 11 games, including beating the Wichita Wranglers in 3 of 5 to draw within 2 games of first place. The Travelers coming in with 8 wins and 9 losses in the second half, 2 games in back of the first-place Wranglers. San Antonio, coming off a series loss to the Midland Rockhounds, they dropped 3 of 5 to Midland. And the Missions, who started out very hot, just lost the series to the Rockhounds, so they dropped to 3 games in back of first place. The Missions at 10-7, 3 games in back of the Corpus Christi Hooks for the South Division lead. But the Missions here in the second half, as long as they stay right behind the Hooks and finish ahead of Midland and Frisco, if the Hooks finish in first place, the Missions would win that wild card spot with the new rule instituted in the playoffs for the Texas League. But still, the Missions would certainly like to not worry about that and get into first place. We have an outstanding pitching matchup tonight. If you're looking for some young pitching talent, Travelers have Jose Arredondo taking the hill. Arredondo, in his first Double-A start on Wednesday, started that series at Wichita with a 9-inning, 5-hit complete game shutout in a 1-0 victory over the Wranglers. Arredondo struck out 8 batters, running his season total to 123 strikeouts in just 99 innings. Of course, 90 of those innings coming at Single-A Rancho Cucamonga, where he compiled a 2.30 ERA. Arredondo is proving to be one of the hottest pitching prospects in all of minor league baseball, and he makes his debut of sorts here at Ray Winder Field. Arredondo did make 5 appearances with the Travelers last year before going to rookie ball, so he has made a couple of appearances in Little Rock, but this is the first game he'll pitch as a starter at Ray Winder Field. And on the mound for the San Antonio Missions is a left-hander, Robert Rohrbaugh, who, if you put his 3 starts at Double-A and his 10 starts at Single-A, has compiled a total record of 9-1. He's a 7th-round draft pick out of Clemson. He's gone 2-0 in 3 starts with San Antonio with only 2 runs allowed in 19 2/3 innings. He's been compared to a Tom Glavine of sorts here at Double-A. He'll nibble at the corners and really understands a way at how to pitch. So this should be an outstanding pitching matchup tonight as the Travelers and the Missions kick off a 4-game series. Glad to have you with us on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. You can always learn more about ITT Tech online at itt-tech.edu. Your future can be improved through education, and you can prepare right now at ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock. Coming up next on the pregame show, we'll set down the standings in the Texas League and let you know who's playing today right after this commercial break on Air America, Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller.
Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
User directed.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at the ballpark here at Ray Winder Field. Phil Elson with you on the ITC Technical Institute pregame show. Nice to have you with us as the Travelers and the Missions kick off a 4-game series. Travs will be in town until Saturday. We've got outstanding giveaways coming up this weekend. Thursday night, the first 500 paid kids to the ballpark receive a free set of 2006 Travelers baseball cards. That is courtesy of Dr. Pepper and Comcast. And then on Friday, the first 1,000 paid adults will get that Travelers tailgate stool. It's really a sturdy tailgate stool. Works very good during the football season, especially when the Razorbacks play down at War Memorial Stadium. That is courtesy of Coca-Cola and Fox 16. Then on Saturday, we've got a doubleheader against Corpus Christi starting at 6:30. Want to get here early with the last 74th season at Ray Winder Field. We have got one of the better giveaways this year. First 1,000 paid adults get a free commemorative cap commemorating the 74 years that the Travelers have spent here at this fantastic old ballpark. That's courtesy of Firewise, Arkansas Forestry Commission, and KARK. Quick update on the Texas League. Yesterday, the United States defeated the world in the Futures game, and the Texas League was represented very, very well, especially by the Wichita Wranglers combination of Alex Gordon and Billy Butler. Each had a couple of base hits. Butler had a home run at dead center field. Gordon hit a double, and for his efforts, Billy Butler was named the Futures Game Most Valuable Player, and only 20 years old. We've talked about Butler a lot this year. It's a very bright future, and people that watched that game on ESPN2 yesterday that have never seen Butler play, I think they know that now. Also, Wladimir Balentien is going to be in right field for this San Antonio ball club. Had a hustling double and also really impressed people in the Futures game. Yesterday in the Texas League, Corpus Christi beat Frisco 4-2 in 10 games. And the Hooks, by virtue of their win, stay 3 games ahead of San Antonio. The Missions beat Midland in 11 innings by a 5-1 final score. And then something happened at Driller Stadium yesterday that hasn't happened in over 20 years. The Drillers were swept in a 5-game series at home by the Springfield Cardinals. Cardinals came back from down 5-1 and beat the Drillers 8-5. It is the first time since 1982 that the Drillers were swept in a 5-game series in Tulsa. And so the first-place champions from the first half, the Drillers, are now 6-11 and already 4 games back in the North Division, 2 games in back of the Travs for second place. Tonight is new series. It's interdivisional. Frisco hosting Tulsa, 7 o'clock at the Soda Bottle. Midland and Wichita at Citibank Park, and Corpus Christi battle Springfield at Hammond Field. Coming up next on the ITC Tech pregame show, we sit down and talk with Travelers manager Tyrone Boykin here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because two great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Coca-Cola is special. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Quitting smoking is hard, and it's even harder to do it alone. The good news is there is help. Just call the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the information and program you need to get free of tobacco. And the service is free, too. Try it. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and start to get free. I promise, it's a great feeling. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call today.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to the ITC Technical Institute pregame show here on a pretty hot night in Little Rock, Arkansas. The Travelers on the San Antonio Mission starting off a 4-game series. We'll sit down and talk with Travelers manager Ty Boykin. Ty, last series, Wichita, Kansas, that was a pretty gut-wrenching series. All 5 games really going down to the last pitch. I wouldn't say you feel fortunate to come out with 3 of 5 wins because you probably expect that, but it looked like the team worked really hard to win that 5-game series, and I'm sure it felt pretty good getting down the highway with those wins.
It felt really good. I mean, it's always good to go into a 5-game series and come out with 3 victories. You look at that series, and, like you said, every game went down to basically the last pitch, and we were up in all those games. We had good at-bats. We put together some big innings, and it was important for us to do that because in this half we're really stretching our pitching. We're really talking about putting hitters away, minimizing the big innings and so forth, and we kind of let them come back into each and every game, but overall, with the 3 victories we won, we put together some good at-bats. We put together some good innings on the mound, and, we came out on top. So it's a step in the right direction, and there's still some room that we need to kind of work on and grow in, but the guys are definitely showing some progress, and they're doing some good things this half, better than the first half.
Must have felt great to see Rich Thompson come in and nail down the save yesterday. We were really looking for a big performance from somebody coming out of the bullpen, and it came from somebody that has given you some big performances earlier ago. He'd been struggling, but Rich really looked great during the series in Wichita.
Yeah, right now we're trying to get him into that role to be our closer. First half we're kind of, going by, availability and guys that, kind of show that they want the ball, but, we're trying to solidify our roles this half. We're trying to get guys in situations that we think that's going to better help them and serve them some greater purposes. So we're trying to get Rich in the role of our closer, and just hopefully he can take that role. I mean, he was a closer from the last year in Rancho. He did it a little bit in the first half. Hit a little rough spot there for a minute, but I think now he's got the total focus of what he's trying to do, and he's accepted the role, and I think he's going to take it and run with it.
Ty, the new addition into the outfield, Kerry Evans. It's only been a couple of games that he's played with the team, but he's looked pretty good. He's also looked like a good center fielder. And it's only been, like I said, a couple of games, but you get the sense watching him that he can play center field a little bit.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing out there. I mean, the times we saw him was in Springfield. He played right field, and, he played pretty well. I mean, he's got a good arm. He has good routes and gets good jumps on balls that are hit in the air. And, you watch him in center field, and he's got a very, very good idea of what he's doing out there. And, he's one of those tall, lanky kids that, he's got good speed, but when he runs, it doesn't look like he's really running, but he gets good jumps, and he plays balls well, and like I said, he's got a good arm. So I'm very happy to have him on board with us. I know the organization is glad to have him. He's done some good things this year. He's opened some eyes, not just for the Angels organization, but when he was with the Cardinals. So he just adds to the equation to what the organization is looking for. I mean, Stoneman sent a message to me that says he wants to see him in center field, wants to see how he does. And, who knows? He may be the center fielder of the future. I don't know. I don't know what the plans are for him, but he definitely can play the position, and he's shown that not only can he hit for average, but he can hit for power to all fields as well.
Ty, you and I have talked before about Bobby Wilson, and now sometimes he's been a bit of an afterthought when you're talking about prospects in the Texas League. But I think over recent performances and really over the course of the whole season, Bobby Wilson is a real catching prospect. He had a great series in Wichita, not just at the plate, but also behind the plate. This is he looks like a complete catcher as far as Double-A is concerned and has a bright future.
Yeah, he's really shown some progress this year. He's opened some eyes within the organization. Also, I'm getting a lot of comments from different managers and coaches on how they like it. They like the way he receives the ball. They like the way he blocks. They like the way he swings the bat. And he throws well. So, I think Bobby has done a great job this year with getting his work in and being the kind of player, or the kind of catcher that the Angels are looking for. It's not all about offense. Mike Socha is not big on offense. He's more concerned with how a catcher handles the pitching staff and how he calls the game and how he blocks and the job that he does behind the plate. Anything offensively is a bonus. But you see Bobby Wilson this year, he's middle of the pack in the league and hitting. He's hitting, I think, around 312 or so. He's blocking well. He's calling a good game, and he's doing a great job behind the plate. So, hopefully for Bobby, he can continue doing what he's doing and continue to show people that he can catch at this level and hopefully at the levels above here.
Ty, it's fun to watch Bobby hit. and I don't mean to disrespect that, but sometimes he can look so bad on one pitch, but the very next pitch, he's right on it. Why is that sometimes? Because it doesn't look like every other player on the team is like that.
He tends to get a little over-aggressive at the plate, especially when he goes to the plate. He thinks that the pitcher's going to throw him a certain pitch. He's all geared up for it, and it's not the pitch he's looking for. Therefore, the swing is just very disoriented. I mean, it's a whirly-burly type swing, and, you know, it's just an all-or-nothing swing. And then he tones it down, and he gets back into his plan, and, you know, he just sticks with the at-bat, and he's had some very, very solid at-bats where, like you said, he'll look totally sick on the first pitch, and then, you know, connect with the next one and square it up. So we're just trying to keep him under control at the plate, not trying to do too much. I know last year he hit, 12, 13 home runs. This year he's got 5, and that's not a concern of his. The concern that he has is that he can show people he can hit. At the same time, he wants to show people that he can catch.
Hi, last thing, you know, this time of year it's the All-Star break for the major leagues, and a lot of the leagues in minor league baseball take the day off of the All-Star game. The Texas League is not one of them. The Texas League is very independent from a lot of the other leagues in many ways, and the fact that nobody that is involved in Texas League play, whether it's on the field or in the press box or whatnot, gets a chance to watch the All-Star game. That's something that I think a lot of guys look forward to, just a chance to sit back with everybody, maybe barbecue and watch the All-Star game. You've been in the Texas League quite a bit. Does it disappoint you at all that you don't get a chance to watch the All-Star game unless you're recording?
It does, because I'm, you know, just like the players, I want to see the action. I want to see the game. I want to see all the festivities, the home run derby, all that stuff, too. But, you know, when you can't see it, all you can do is go back at night and watch the highlights on ESPN or, you know, nowadays you can watch it on the computer. I think, you know, maybe the trainer may have it on the computer during the course of our game, and he'll give us updates and stuff like that. But, you know, the players want to see it so they can watch it and have fun with it. The coaches and, you know, everybody else would like to have that opportunity to check it out and, you know, just see the action, you know. But, you know, we're going to be playing, and, you know, that's the last thing we got to worry about is the All-Star game at the major league level. We got to figure out and worry about what we're going to do at Ray Winder Field and how we're going to win our ball game.
Ty, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Always a pleasure, Phil.
We'll be giving Ty a $15 gift certificate to Shorty Smalls, located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, and Conway. Right back after this with a starting lineup on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowl. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talents took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success. Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Conservatives love to say that big government doesn't work.
Then they get elected and prove it.
We're Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears Vinyl Siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnanceman, second class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at the ballpark where it looks like the Travelers are about to take the field. We've had a little bit of a long exchange of the lineup. Darren Brown, the manager of the San Antonio Missions, hadn't been here but one time. Needed a little bit of more of explanation on those ground rules, especially that little slice of foul territory that doesn't have a protective fence, and the ball goes out of play down that right field line. Bill Elson with you as we take a look at our starting lineup. We'll start with the hometown Arkansas Travelers, 8 wins, 9 losses in the second half, but 2 games back of the Wranglers for first. It'll be Nathan Haynes leading off. Haynes playing right field tonight with Aaron Peel batting second, playing left field. Hitting third, starting shortstop Brandon Wood. Matt Brown will clean up. He'll be at third base. Batting fifth in his Travelers debut in Little Rock, center fielder Terry Evans. Designated hitter batting sixth, Greg Porter. Bobby Wilson will hit in the 7th spot. He'll be catching tonight. Matt Pauley bats 8th. He'll be at first base. Eric Rodlin rounding out the Arkansas starting 9 will be at second base. That's Haynes, Peel, Wood, Brown, Evans, Porter, Wilson, Pauley, and Rodlin for Tyrone Boykin's Arkansas Travelers. San Antonio Missions are the AA affiliate of the Seattle Mariners and managed by Darren Brown to a 10-7 record in the second half. It's 3 games back in the South Division. The Missions were the last place team in the first half of 27 wins and 41 losses. The Missions today have Sebastian Boucher leading off and playing center field. Batting second, the starting shortstop Oswaldo Navarro. Designated hitter Jason Bourgeois, Texas League veteran, batting third. Straight out of a Futures game performance is the San Antonio cleanup batter, Wladimir Balentien. He'll be in right field. Batting fifth is first baseman Marshall Hubbard. Mike Wilson batting sixth in left field. Young Chi Chen starts in the 7th spot. He'll be at second base, a product of Taiwan. And Matt Tuiasosopo bats 8th. He'll be at third base with Justin Rusty rounding out the starting 9. He'll be the starting catcher. Again, for the Missions, it's Boucher, Navarro, Bourgeois, Balentien, Hubbard, Wilson, Chen, Tuiasosopo, and Rusty. A little bit less than half of the starting lineup was down in the California League entry of the Mariners, the Inland Empire 66ers of San Bernardino. And as a matter of fact, it is all 5, 6, 7, and 8 hitters that are still playing inside their first 20 games at AA. Outstanding pitching matchup as far as young prospects are concerned for the Missions. 21-year-old left-hander Robert Rohrbaugh, actually he's 22 years old, and out of Littlestown, Pennsylvania, selected out of Clemson by the Mariners in last year's draft in the 7th round. They put together a 5-2 record at Single-A Everett, and this year started at Single-A Inland Empire in the California League, jumping over low Single-A ball. 7-1 record is Inland Empire with a 146 earned run average. And in 3 starts in the Texas League, Rohrbaugh has won 2 of them, giving up only 2 runs in 19 2/3 innings. Meanwhile, hard-throwing right-hander Jose Arredondo makes his first start at Arkansas, his second start with the team, his first start here at Little Rock. Arredondo had one of the finer pitching performances in the Texas League on Wednesday, shutting out the Wichita Wranglers, pretty stout hitting ball club, on 5 base hits. Walked just 2 batters and struck out 8. Arredondo started the year in Rancho Cucamonga with the Quakes, going 5-6, but had the second lowest ERA in the league at 2.30 and led the league with strikeouts in 115 in just 90 innings against 35 walks. Batters hit just 198 against Jose. Jose, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds, and he looks all those 170 pounds. He is not a big kid, and only 22 years old. He's out of San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic. It's really just his second full year as a pitcher. A converted shortstop. He batted just 250 in 3 years in the Dominican Summer League. So Jose Arredondo takes the hill for the Travelers. Robert Rohrbaugh for the San Antonio Missions, and we are set to go. Plate umpire is Jason Stein, the crew chief, who's also fresh off the Futures game. He was one of the umpires taking part in yesterday's exhibition in PNC Park. Aaron Banks, third base umpire, and the first base ump is Robert Hansen. Boucher is batting left-handed, and Arredondo's first pitch of the night misses outside, and we have our first pitch tonight at 7:15. A little bit late on a 7:10 scheduled start, 90 degrees at first pitch, and really just a soft breeze coming at 13 miles an hour from the south. The 1-0 to Boucher, and Arredondo finds the inside corner with a heavy fastball, and the count 1-1. Arredondo's had reports of fastballs clocked at 100 at spring training and at Rancho Cucamonga, but when he pitched for the Travelers last Wednesday, topped out in 96. The 1-1, a chopper to shortstop. Brandon Wood takes it on the second bounce and gets rid of it quickly, and Boucher is out at first to start this homestand. 6-3 on the putout, bringing up Oswaldo Navarro. Not only does Arredondo feature that mid-90s fastball, but he's also got a devastating split-finger pitch, which he uses as his changeup, and a slider as well. Defensively behind Jose, it's Aaron Peel in left, Perry Evans in center, Nate Haynes in right. That's Nathan Haynes in right. Third baseman is Matt Brown, Brandon Wood at short, Eric Rodlin at second base, and Matt Pauley gets the start at first. Bobby Wilson is behind the dish, and Wilson did catch Arredondo in that 5-hitter on Wednesday. Here's Oswaldo Navarro, 261 right-hand batter, the shortstop for the Mission. Jose fires a fastball for strike one at the knees. 0-1 on Navarro, who was 6 for 18 in the San Antonio series against Midland, where the Missions dropped 3 of 5. Jose with a hand over the head wind-up, and the 0-1 is hit high in the air to left center field, not deep at all. Evans and Peel deciding who wants it. Evans will take over, and Perry makes the catch. 2 quick outs for Arredondo to bring up Jason Bourgeois. This Missions ball club not known for their hitting. They hold the lowest team batting average in the league at 250, and also they are the only team to not have scored at least 360 runs this year. They scored just 354, which by far is the lowest total runs of any offense in this league. Here's Bourgeois, right-hand batter, hitting third. And the first pitch from Arredondo, high ball 1. Bourgeois hitting 265 with a homer and 20 runs batted in. He's one of the stouter hitters for this Missions ball club. And here's the 1-0 pitch. The fastball fouled straight back, and it's 1-1. Good swing by Bourgeois, but it's tough to get a good look at these Arredondo fastballs. This kid throws some serious, serious heat. And it's even got some hair on it, as the scouts would like to say. Now the 1-1 comes to Bourgeois, and the slider is swung on and missed for strike 2. Arredondo struck out 8 batters in the win over Wichita. He gets his first 2-strike count of the night. Here's the kick and the 1-2 pitch. Slider is low and away. That's a good eye by Bourgeois. He could start off the outside corner, started outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bourgeois. In case he reaches, Wladimir Balentien is on deck. Arredondo high tap his face as he looks for the sign. And now ready with a 2-2. Here it is. Fastball up high, and Bourgeois runs a full count. Bourgeois hitting the ball well. He's had a hit in 12 of his last 13 games. He's a veteran of this level. Spent 2 years in the Texas League in 2003 and 04 with Frisco, and last year in Richmond at AAA with the Braves. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it's inside. He draws a 2-out walk. This will set up a very exciting matchup between Jose Arredondo and Wladimir Balentien. Balentien, one of the bright young stars of the Texas League, is coming off of the Futures game in Pittsburgh yesterday. Started for the World Squad. He is from the island of Curacao, which is part of the nation of the Netherlands. He had a hustling double into right field, and really just a line drive to the right fielder. Big right-hand batter with power, and Arredondo's pitch. Fastball got jammed him, and it's popped out of play over the first base dugout, 0-1. Balentien doesn't hit for average, only 250, but he does have serious power. He was the All-Star Home Run Derby champion here at Ray Winder Field in mid-June. Of course, he only hit 1 home run in the final round, but Joe Kashansky didn't hit any. He hit 14 home runs on the year. High set by Arredondo. The 0-1 slider popped him up down the first base line into foul territory, but that's out of play. And it settles on top of the roof, and the count is 0-2. Balentien had his bat shot off, and he's holding just a little, maybe 2-inch piece of wood, like it's a toothpick. And he walks over to the third base dugout, drops it in front of the bat boy, walks back in and gets a new bat. Arredondo just broke his bat with a slider, and it didn't look like it got on the handle of the bat. It looked like it got more towards the barrel. But Balentien looked like the kid who had been caught stealing cookies for some reason. It just looked very odd with that little piece of wood in his hand. It's not your usual broken bat. Usually the bat shatters into two pieces, but it shattered into just two pieces. He was left holding a little nub. Now he's back up to the plate with a black piece of lumber, and the count 0-2. And the pitch on the way. Jet swing and a fastball, but he went through. Strike three. Arredondo strikes out Balentien. That's the 90th time Balentien has struck out this year, and it ends the top of the first. No runs, no hits, a runner left by the Missions. Go to the bottom of the first. The Missions no score, and the Travelers coming up on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
In 1998, New York City Marathon runner German Silva made a huge mistake. 1/2 mile from the finish line, he took a wrong turn. When he heard yells from the crowd and saw the looks on their faces, he realized his mistake. He immediately turned around, but the error cost him a crucial 15 seconds. His only hope for winning now was to sprint to make up for lost distance. Did he have the energy? Could he do it? He later said, "Too much work had gone into this race. I had to fight it out." He was able to make up the lost distance and finish first in his division, but only because he refused to allow a wrong turn to knock him out of his quest for the prize. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. You know, there are times in life when we make a wrong turn, but when we discover that it was a wrong turn, the wise person changes direction.
Cotton candy here. Get your cotton. Any peanuts? Nope. Hot dog? Slushy? Nada. Camel corn? No. Can I get something other than cotton candy? Pink of blue, mister. Pink of blue.
Variety is a good thing, especially when it comes to orthopedic services. That's why Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas provide the most comprehensive orthopedic care the state has to offer, from outpatient procedures to rehabilitation and prevention. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Healthline at 227-8478 and get back to the things you love.
Actually, I do have peanuts. Really? Nah, just kidding.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the first, Travelers send Nathan Haynes to lead off. Aaron Peel and Brandon Wood will follow. They'll be going up against the pitchers a little bit different than Jose Arredondo. Robert Rohrbaugh, known more as a finesse pitcher. Standing 6'2", weighs 190 pounds. He was the Mariners' 7th-round selection in last year's draft out of Clemson. Mariners already up to Double-A. In fact, he only made 24 appearances at any level lower than Double-A before getting sent up. Obviously, very advanced. But it's going to be tough for him going up against this Traveler offense, which was clicking during the series against Wichita. In no game in the series at Wichita did the Travelers score less than 5 runs following the 1-0 win. So this offense really was working. And here comes Nathan Haynes into the batter's box for the first pitch, called strike on the inside corner to Haynes. Lefty versus lefty. Rohrbaugh allowing a .253 batting average overall. Lefties, however, are 6 for 18 against him. Pitch to Haynes is high, and it's a ball and a strike. Traveler right fielder at 7 hits in the Wichita series, coming back after a tough homestand against Tulsa. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Haynes. He swings and fouls it over the press roof, and it's a 1-2 count on the Traveler right fielder. Haynes playing his 17th game with Arkansas. He's batting .290 with no homers, 5 RBIs. Came through with a couple of runs batted in yesterday in the second inning with a line drive single. The Travs got ahead 7-3 over the first 3 innings last night. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Haynes. And the breaking ball is called for strike 3. Up around the high inside corner on Haynes. Nice breaking ball by Rohrbaugh for the first out of the ball game. That'll bring up Aaron Peel. Rohrbaugh in 3 starts has worked 19 2/3 innings. That was the 17th strikeout of his Double-A season. Just 3 walks. 19 hits, one of them a home run. He hasn't given up a run since June 24th. That's a span of 2 starts and 13 2/3 innings. Aaron Peel standing in, and here's a pitch. Peel takes a slider, low ball one. Aaron hitting .290. 8 home runs, 33 RBIs. It's the highest his average has been in a long time. He's had a hit in 18 of 21 games. The 1-0. Peel takes it, and it's a strike at the outside corner, 1-1. Aaron yesterday 2 for 4 in the win, 8 for 21 in the Wichita series, driving in 6 runs. The 1-1 from Rohrbaugh is low and inside ball 2, 2-1. Defense plays a little bit shallow in center and left for Peel, who has shown good power to left field, especially recently. And a home run at dead center at Wichita. Here's a 2-1. He swings and is jammed to pop up. Behind second base, Navarro and Chen collide. No, they don't collide. Navarro right there to make the catch. They were converging. Still trying to figure out which words to use to describe our game today. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the first, and Brandon Wood coming up. Defensively behind Rohrbaugh, he's got Mike Wilson in left, Sebastian Boucher in center, and Wladimir Balentien in right. A pretty good outfield. Matt Tuiasosopo at third base, Ozzie Navarro, the shortstop, Yong-Chi Chen at second, and Marshall Hubbard at first. Behind the dish, Justin Roxy. Here's Wood, the right-hand batter, and the pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Wood 3 for 20 in the Wichita series, although he did hit his 19th home run of the year. And he is the new home run champion as far as Travelers shortstops are concerned in franchise history. There's a slider popped up out of play on the right side. It'll get into the roof, and it's 1-1 on Wood. Wood had been tied with Lee Elia with 18 homers for a few days, and then followed Peel's homer on Friday with a shot down the left field line and Lawrence Dumont. Here's the 1-1 to Brandon. The fastball missed inside from Rohrbaugh, 2-1. Wood with 19 homers, that is third in the league, just one behind Joe Kashansky and Hunter Pence, who share the league lead with 20. 2-1 pitch. And he let go a changeup, and it is a little high. Ball 3-1 on Wood. Matt Brown is on deck, and he's been hitting the stuffing out of the ball recently. Rohrbaugh has only issued 3 walks. Here's the 3-1, and that is on the outside corner, strike 2. So the count goes full on Wood, a .291 batting average. The 19 homers, 60 RBIs, also third in the league in RBI. Payoff pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Rohrbaugh catches 2 Travelers looking in a perfect first inning. So nothing doing as we head into the second. The Travelers and the Missions, no score on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in central, north central, and northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with Car Wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Top of the second, and the Missions coming to the plate against Jose Arredondo. The team getting a base hit, only one base runner. That was Arredondo's 2-out walk in the first to Jason Bourgeois. Number 5 batter Marshall Hubbard leads off against Jose. Hubbard will be followed by Mike Wilson and Yong-Chi Chen. None of them have had more than 16 games of experience here at Double-A, but then Arredondo, this is just his 7th game ever at Double-A and his 2nd of the season. Pitch on the way to the left-hand batting Hubbard. He takes a slider low and in, ball one. Hubbard, a .322 batting average in the Texas League. 6'3" left-hander from Ashland, Virginia. And seems to have some power. The 1-0 pitch is foul tipped at home plate on a slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Arredondo, 1 strikeout of the first, getting Balentien to chase a high fastball, trying to hold back on the swing but follows through. And then Rohrbaugh, the Mission starter, catches 2 travelers looking in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-1 to Hubbard. Slider low, ball 2, 2-1. Arredondo has thrown him almost nothing but breaking balls. Infield plays for Hubbard to pull a little bit as he leans back. Here's a 2-1. Fastball is a strike on the inside corner, 2-2. Arredondo in his 5 games with the Travs last year, all out of the bullpen. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hubbard is swinging a bouncing ball along the first base line, goes foul just by a little bit before Matt Pauley backhanded it way behind the coach's box. Still 2-2 on Hubbard. Lights are up here at Ray Winder. The shadows have overtaken the field, but still there's some sunlight left in the outfield and on the outfield turf. High skies today, just a few clouds off to the south. Mostly blue right up above the ballpark. 2-2 count on Marshall Hubbard here in the top of the second, and the pitch on the way from Arredondo. Slider pulled on the ground to second. 2 hops Rodland. Waits for Pauley to cover, and he throws Hubbard out. 1 away. Mike Wilson is next. Arredondo should have some sort of familiarity with a couple of these hitters, not just a couple of them, but the 5, 6, 7, and 8 batters for the Mission, as they all spent time with Inland Empire earlier this year. Arredondo had his final appearance in the California League against the 66ers. Mike Wilson takes a fastball high, 1-0. But by that time, June 30th, all 4 of these players were already at Double-A, so Arredondo really hasn't seen them. Here's the 1-0 to Wilson. A swing and a miss. Big cut by the big right-hand batter, 1-1. And Arredondo's fastball just too much for him. But I'll tell you what, if Wilson closes his eyes and meets one solid from Jose, that ball's going to travel through the screen monster. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slider is a little tight, 2-1. Wilson, this is a big boy. 6'2", 220, all muscle. And he takes a vicious, vicious cut. The 2-1. Here it is. Fastball is high, ball 3, 3-1. Wilson in his 17th game at Double-A. 300 batting average, 2 homers, one of them against the Travs. That was to dead center field at Wolf Stadium, which may be one of the 2 toughest ballparks to hit it out of in dead center in the Texas League. Now the 3-1 pitch on the way. Fastball fouled straight over the broadcast booth, and it's a full count. Another big cut by Wilson. Wilson has hit 11 homers between Single-A and Double-A, and where he played at Inland Empire at San Bernardino, that's also a tough place to get it out since the ball doesn't carry there. There's too much smog in the air. Now the payoff pitch. Outside, and Arredondo puts his second batter on base with a walk. Jose faced 34 batters against Wichita, walked only 2 of them. He's now faced 6 and walked 2 of them tonight. Still hasn't allowed a base hit. Here's Young Chi Chen stepping into the plate. 22-year-old product of Taiwan. 8th game at Double-A. Chen at start of the year at Inland Empire batted .342 and earned a berth in the Futures game yesterday for the World Squad. Open stance with the bat held high. Pitch on the way. Low, ball 1, 1-0. No score, top of the second as the Travs and the Missions get underway. In the first half of the season, the Missions won the series 6-3. There was one game that was canceled here at Little Rock that was not made up due to rain, and so Travs only played 9 games against the Missions. Here's the 1-0, and a swing and a tip, and it's held on by Bobby Wilson for a strike, 1-1. Travs opened up the second half of the season on a road trip to Texas, going to Corpus Christi for the first 3 games and then losing 2 of 3 at San Antonio. But the Travelers got out of the Wolf with a comeback win 4-3. Arredondo set, holding Wilson at first. He'll throw back over to Pauley. Wilson back in without a tag. 1 ball, 1 strike on Young Chi Chen, who's coming off a 1-for-10 series against the Midland Rockhounds. Infield looks for a double play ball. Arredondo, if he's on and throwing fastballs low in the zone, should get a lot of grounders. The stretch and the 1-1. Fastball popped out of play down the right side, and Chen was late on the swing, 1-2. Mentioned Chen, a product of Taiwan. When Chinese Taipei won the NBC World Series at Wichita, back when he was an amateur, he was named the All-Star shortstop, so he's had some experience in Texas League parks. Again, just his 8th game in the Texas League. Here's the 1-2. Split-fingered is a little high, and the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jose just a little bit off from where he was the last time out against Wichita, but you really cannot expect anybody to duplicate the kind of performance Jose put together against the Wranglers. He was dominating from the word go. Didn't allow a base hit until the 5th. And simply the Wranglers batters couldn't get around on him. Now the 2-2 to Chen. Swung on a line drive into left field. That'll be a base hit. Falls in front of Aaron Peel on a bounce. Nice approach by Chen looking for the fastball, and 2-2 Jose obliges. And it turns into the first base hit of this ball game. Here's Matt Tuiasosopo, right-hand batting third baseman. One of the top prospects for the Seattle Mariners. Drafted as a shortstop, but he's now been switched to third base with Seattle's shortstop future in the hands of Yuniesky Betancourt, who played for the Missions last year. First and second for Tuiasosopo, and a pitch is grounded slowly on the right side. Rodlin giving chase into the hole. He picks it up and throws to first and gets Tuiasosopo for the second out while the other runners advance to third and to second. And Justin Rutsey coming up. We just saw the effect of the thick grass here at Raywinder Field, which slowed down that pretty well hit ball by Tuiasosopo, though you wouldn't know was hit very well, by how slowly that ball traveled on the thick grass. It's almost like trying to hit a ball through oatmeal. 2 outs and Rutsey hitting. Right-hand batting catcher, 2 for 16 in the Midland Series. Arredondo looks like he's not quite sure if he wants to go from the windup or the stretch. He's got his right foot on the rubber with his body towards the plate. He's going to go from the windup with men at second and third and 2 outs. He deals to Rutsey. Rutsey swings. It's a high fly to straightaway center, shallow. Terry Evans coming in, but Brandon Wood wants it. Evans calling him off, and Evans makes the running catch. Arredondo gets through the second inning, leaving runners at second and third. No runs for the Missions on 1 base hit and against 2 runners left. Going into the bottom of the second, nothing score with the Travelers coming up to the plate on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Trans games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne-Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne-Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the second, and the Travelers coming up to the plate against Robert Rohrbaugh. 4, 5, and 6 batters coming up to the plate against Rohrbaugh. He sets down the top 3 batters in order with a couple of caught-looking strikeouts, catching Haynes and Wood. Haynes on a breaking ball and Wood on a fastball. Phil Elson with you at the broadcast booth here at Ray Winder Field. Back of the studios, Matt Alderman and Lindsey Floyd in Sherwood. Travs in town till Saturday. 7:10 first pitches. Every game until Saturday will have a doubleheader for the final 2 games of the series against Corpus Christi Saturday night, with the first 1,000 paid adults receiving a free commemorative Ray Winder Field baseball cap courtesy of Firewise, the Arkansas Forestry Commission as well. We hope to have you with us here at the ballpark. We'll have the ICT Tech pregame show Saturday, 6:10. Here's Matt Brown waiting for his warm-up music to subside, and he'll stand into the plate. Here's Rohrbaugh's first pitch to Brown. Matt, a check swing and a fastball, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Brown has had a hit in 10 of 11 games with 2 homers and 11 RBIs during the stretch. Coming off a fine series against Wichita. Here's the 0-1 to Brownie. Right-hand batter lets go a changeup low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Brown has now raised his average to 300. First time the average has been to 300 since early May, when he's then started to slump a little bit. Here's the 1-1. And a slider low, ball 2. 2-1 on Brown. Brown with 11 home runs and 45 RBIs. His last at-bat against the Mission came through with a game-winning hit in the 9th inning with 2 outs against Mark Lowe. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and popped over the first baseman. Down the right field line it goes, but out of play over the groundskeeper's bench, and it's 2-2. The last time the Travs and the Missions played, it turned into really what's becoming kind of a signature-style win for the Travelers, a comeback victory, trailing into the 9th inning 3-2, and they were down to their final strike with a tying run at second when Brandon Wood hammered a double. 2-2 pitch. Brown swings and misses and seemed to be a little fooled on that off-speed pitch from Rohrbaugh to get his 3rd strikeout out of 4 batters faced. And now Terry Evans comes up to the plate. Evans plays his first game at Arkansas since the trade from the St. Louis Cardinals for Jeff Weaver. Terry had a ridiculous couple of games at Wichita where he had 2 homers, both over different scoreboards at Lawrence Dumont, and drove in 4 runs, displayed very good speed. Right-hand batter chokes up, long and lean with power. Pitch from Rohrbaugh, high and away, ball 1. Now, Evans has seen this Missions ball club before. The Cardinals had just come off a road trip down to Texas. Here's a 1-0. And he swings and fouls it over the right side for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Against the Missions, Evans was 5 for 17 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a foul ball again over the right side as Rohrbaugh comes in on the handle with a fastball. Count 1-2 on Evans. They didn't say it during the interview with Tyrone Boykin, but there's a little bit of a similarity, at least in the way they look, between Brandon Wood, and Terry Evans. Both have that same tall, lean body. Here's the 1-2. A swing and a miss, and that's 4 strikeouts for Rohrbaugh out of 5 batters faced. He's come in dominating so far, and this will bring up Greg Porter. Now, we've heard about Rohrbaugh that he's more of a finesse pitcher than power, but you wouldn't know it by watching him start today. Seems to have a little bit of giddy-up on the fastball, but also is able to hit the corners. So maybe Tom Glavine's style with a little bit of heavier stuff. Porter stands in, and a pitch comes from the lefty. Greg swings and hits a fly ball and a shallow right center charging Boucher. The center fielder gets there, makes a nice running catch, and the second inning comes to a close as Rohrbaugh has set down all 6 batters faced. And that was just the second batter to put a ball into play for the Travs. 0-0 score. Our game goes to the top of the 3rd next on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnance second class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Top of the third here at Ray Winder. Travelers and the Missions, 0-0. Only one hit over the first two innings. And that was by the Mission second baseman, Young Chi Chen. Top of the Missions order. Here to start the third against Jose Arredondo. Sebastian Boucher will lead off, and Ozzie Navarro will be followed by Jason Bourgeois. Anybody reaches, Wladimir Balentien. Got some musical names here at the top of the order for the Mission. Boucher, Navarro, Bourgeois, and Balentien. Definitely not a dull team to talk about. Boucher, out of Hull, Quebec, Canada. Left-hand batter in the pitch. Showing bunt, he got it down towards third base. Bare hand by Arredondo, gets rid of it quickly, and the out recorded at first base, 1-3. That's where Jose's training as an infielder comes into play. He pounced on that ball very quickly, and obviously a very accurate throw. Arredondo, during the first 3 years of his career, played 102 games as an infielder, mostly at shortstop. And he's not one of these big, slow pitchers who just throw hard and cannot field. Jose fields his position very well. Here's Navarro, and the pitch is in the dirt, ball one. Navarro fly to center in the first, and is a right-hand batter. Very international flavor to this ball club. Here's the 1-0, and Navarro takes it low. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Ozzie Navarro, out of Maracay, Venezuela. A couple of the Mission's usual players from Venezuela. Jesus Guzman also from that country, but he is not in the lineup today. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Low, and Arredondo falls behind. 3 balls, no strikes. Natives of Canada, Curacao, Venezuela, the Dominican Republic, and Australia. Here's from this Mission Ball Club 2 people from Australia, both in the pitching staff. 3-0. There's a fastball for a strike, and Arredondo brings it to 3-1. Bourgeois on deck. Jose with the hands over the head to the pitch. Fastball hit high and deep to right center field. That'll send Evans going back to the wall. It'll look over the fence. It hits the warning track. He bounces it off that warning track, picks it up, and throws to second with the Navarro already there with a stand-up double. Now Navarro met that ball pretty solidly, very high in the air. He only has 1 home run this year in 78 games. And that was extra base hit number 15 for Navarro, his 13th double. 1 out double, the second base hit for the Missions, and this will bring Jason Bourgeois to the plate. Now with Arredondo falling behind 3-1, even a mid-90s fastball can be caught up to on a fastball count, and the batter's sitting on it. Bourgeois took a base on balls in the first inning after falling behind 1-2. Right-hand batter, the pitch. Little slider fouled slowly down the third base side, giving chase to Bobby Wilson, and he's able to glove it just before it started to roll back towards the middle infield. So a foul ball and strike one on Bourgeois. Jason Bourgeois, 8 for his last 17, and a fine series against the Travs. Last time out, 4 for 11 with 3 extra base hits. You look at Bourgeois and think he can't drive the ball very well. Not the biggest fellow, 5'9", 185, but he's solid and very good speed. He could leg out a lot of infield hits. Arredondo ahead 0-1. Coming steady, checks on the runner at second. Navarro, the pitch. Fastball running inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind is picking up right now. Blowing in from right field, pretty heavy. American flag and the flagpole at dead center field is blowing pretty hard towards the bleachers. Another look at second by Arredondo, the 1-1. Fouled back into the chicken mesh. 1-2. Pretty comfortable early evening here in Little Rock. During the day, a lot of people were talking about how it finally felt like summertime. When the Travs were in Wichita, we were pretty happy with the weather. Mid-80s the entire 5 games. And on artificial turf, you don't want to be playing games in 90-degree temperature. Here's the 1-2. Bourgeois takes the slider inside. And it's a 2-2 count. Jose doesn't quite seem to have the feel for the slider just yet. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Navarro at second with Wood holding from short. He's a few steps behind the base runner. Large gap through the 6 hole at shortstop. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Heavy fastball for the second out of the inning. Second strikeout for Arredondo, and that fastball bared right down on the hands of Bourgeois. Had a little hop on it as it came to the plate. 2 outs, and now Wladimir Balentien coming up. Balentien, a solid 6'2", 190-pounder. He just turned 22 years old 8 days ago. Holds the bat high, elbow back towards the press box. The pitch. Slider is inside, ball 1. Nothing, top of the third. The Missions and the Travelers, each a second-place team. San Antonio 10-7. 3 games back in the South behind Corpus Christi. The Travelers 8-9. 2 games behind Wichita. Arredondo coming set, giving second a look at Rodland holding the runner on. The pitch, foul ball. Popped up over the first base roof on a slider, and it's a ball and a strike. The Wranglers today are at Midland, the team that has handled Wichita 8 of 10 games this year. So a good chance the Travs could draw within 1 game with a win today. It's already 3-0 Midland in the 3rd inning. Now the 1-1 pitch to Balentien. Rides inside, ball 2, 2-1. I mentioned it in the 1st inning. This is one of those matchups you'll love to see. Power versus power. A 22-year-old going against a 22-year-old. You imagine both these kids will be facing each other in the American League West at some time with the Angels and the Mariners. And we saw them right here. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Split-fingered, missed inside, ball 3, 3-1. 1 out double by Ozzie Navarro. Arredondo then struck out Jason Bourgeois, brings it 3-1 on Balentien, who's a fastball hitter. Let's see if Arredondo gives him that fastball. On deck, Marshall Hubbard. Rodland still paying attention to Navarro at second. Only holding him about 7 feet off the base. Good lead. Here's the 3-1. Inside, that is Arredondo's 3rd walk. First and second, 2 outs for Marshall Hubbard. Jose has allowed 3 walks, 2 base hits against 13 batters faced. He got Hubbard to bounce out of the second. And a chance to get out of the inning if he retires Hubbard. Decent speed on the bases for the Missions, Navarro and Balentien. The San Antonio Ball Club, although they do not hit very well, they got to make the most of their base hits. You'd imagine they'd be pretty aggressive on the base pass. Navarro leading away from second, and it'll be Rodland holding. Paulie plays behind Balentien. Arredondo comes set. Checks the runner at second and delivers. Hubbard swings a line drive to deep right field. Going back, Haynes, it's over his head. And that ball hits off the Stevens Incorporated sign. Here comes Navarro. He'll score. Balentien around third, and he'll score as well. A 2-run double by Marshall Hubbard. And the Missions jump in front of the 3rd inning. Oh, maybe a couple of feet from a line drive home run to right center. Hubbard with his 9th and 10th RBIs, and Arredondo allows his first runs at Double-A this year. Jose got a fastball up in the zone. Hubbard waiting for it. And he was right on top of the baseball.
Now Mike Wilson stands to the plate, looking to bring Hubbard in from second. And the pitch. Fastball popped up down the right field line. Nathan Haynes chasing it into foul territory. Can he get there? He can't. He slides into the bullpen. The ball hit the bullpen bench and ricocheted away. Foul ball, strike one. Hubbard gives the Missions the third inning lead, and the Travelers have to play catch-up today. Travs played catch-up very well in the Wichita series. Remember, they did that nicely at San Antonio last series with a comeback win in their final game. Wilson took a base on balls in the second. A 300 hitter in 16 AA games. Hands together by Jose with the feet close together as well. Here's the 0-1. Fastball high and a ball and a strike on Wilson. Decent crowd on hand for a Monday night. Discount coupon in the Democrat Gazette, but also fans were able to get in for free by bringing an unopened box of cereal for the Arkansas Food Bank Network. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive into right field for a base hit. Haynes going to have to come on quickly. He fields, and they send Hubbard around third. The throw home is a little bit late, and an RBI single for Wilson makes it 3-0. The Missions rally for 3 runs in the third. Hard hit ball by Wilson, just went with that pitch the other way, and the Missions are starting to find the pitches to swing at against Jose Arredondo. He's missing very high with his fastballs. Doesn't seem to have the feel for a slider yet. And when he's throwing that fastball down the middle or on the outside corner, or even higher in the strike zone, and the Missions have jumped all over it, and the visit to the mound by pitching coach Ken Patterson. 3 runs on 3 base hits here in the third inning. Not a cheap base hit amongst them. Navarro a double with 1 out. And then 3 consecutive batters reach after the second out. Balentien takes a walk. Hubbard laces a double off the top of the right field wall, and Wilson singles, driving in his 13th run at AA. Patterson leaves the mound. The rest of the infielders do as well. Looks like Jose is going to ask for a new rosin bag. Patterson got that new rosin bag from the ball boy. And we've got 2 rosin bags behind the pitcher's rubber. I guess one by the Missions and one for the Travs. Got to have your own bag of resin to be ready to pitch. Young Chi Chen stepping into the plate. The Missions leading 3-0 at the top of the third. Wilson a runner at first. And the pitch to the right-hander. Fastball, slow fly ball, shallow right, balls in, a base hit. Almost took a bounce by Haynes, but he stayed with it. Throws to the infield, keeping Wilson at second, and Chen with his second base hit of the day. 3 consecutive hits and 4 straight batters reaching after Arredondo struck out Bourgeois. Still 2 outs and runners at first and second for the number 8 batter, Matt Tuiasosopo. This is a San Antonio team that has struggled to score runs recently. The 3 runs here, and it's already more runs than they have scored in 3 of their last 5 games. And Tuiasosopo, right-hand batter, grounded out of the second. Here's a pitch. Slider, low, ball 1. 1-0 count on Matt Tuiasosopo. His father, Manu, played defensive line for Seattle in the NFL. His brother, Marcus, also plays football for the Oakland Raiders, backup quarterback. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball grounded to shortstop. Wood is there. Fields it clean. Shuffles to Rodland for the force at second. And the third inning is over for the Mission, but San Antonio rallies in front with 3 runs on 4 base hits. No errors. 2 runners left. Travelers down 3-0 to go to the bottom of the third on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every time.
Most Doritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Park Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket. It's checking out shopping list.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the third, Travelers behind the 8-ball, trailing 3-0 against the San Antonio Missions, and the Travelers still looking for their first base runner against Robert Rohrbaugh, who has set down all 6 batters with 4 strikeouts over the first 2 innings. Phil Elson here with you at the broadcast booth. They're in a happy gym box, so everybody seems to be pretty happy to be back at the ballpark after a 5-day layoff, except for, I guess, myself. Not that I'm not happy to be here, but I didn't have a layoff. But it is nice to be back in the friendly confines of Ray Winder Field. Hope to see you during the week. Missions in town till Thursday when we give out baseball cards for the first 500 paid kids. And the Hooks in town out of Corpus Christi Friday and Saturday. Bobby Wilson leads off inning number 3. Goes after an off-speed and misses from Rohrbaugh. Count 0-1. Wilson coming off an interesting game against Wichita. It's 4 plate appearances and did 4 different things. Here's the 0-1. Wilson takes the fastball low, a ball and a strike from Rohrbaugh. Wilson was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, walked in the second, then delivered a sacrifice fly at his third, and hit a home run in his fourth. The 1-1 slaps foul into the Optimist dugout. It takes a big bounce off the railing right in front of the first row and bounces over the stands and into the groundskeeping shack. That seemed to frighten a couple of young kids sitting in that first row. And I hope it didn't catch anybody on the head because it looked like it took a big bounce. Everybody seems to be all right. That caught the railing. Yikes. Hard linear there by Wilson. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a little dunk shot in front of first. It goes foul. And the count's still 1-2 on Wilson. Wilson had that last at-bat against Wichita yesterday. And the foul ball was just given to the kid who seemed to be the most frightened by that hard line drive. Keith Johnson gets a thank you from the kid. Wilson was getting heckled by some folks wearing overalls in Ye Olde Beer Garden at Lawrence Dumont Stadium last night. Here's the 1-2 from Rohrbaugh. A little foul ball back over the press box. And Wilson responded by lining a home run to left field. And he was watching those folks in the beer garden on his way around first base. He may have left a couple of stares at them. Bobby got the last laugh, that's for sure. Another 1-2, and a swing and a miss, and Rohrbaugh strikes out his 5th. Nice off-speed breaking ball. Looked like a slow curve right on the outside corner, and Wilson is the 5th strikeout victim out of 7 batters for Robert Rohrbaugh. 1 away in the third. Here's Matt Pauley. Pauley, a .223 hitter with 7 homers and 26 runs batted in. Played in 4 of the 5 games at Wichita and compiled 5 hits and drove in 2 runs. Left-hand batter, Rohrbaugh lefty as well to pitch. A strike at the knees with that breaking ball, 0-1. He's throwing breaking balls at different speeds. Not necessarily a fast breaking ball, but normal speed, and then he throws a slower one. The 0-1. Pauley hits it up the middle and into center field. There's the first Traveler base runner of the day. A 1-out single by Matt Pauley. The Rohrbaugh sets down the first 7 before Pauley reaches. Now the 9-batter Eric Rodlin will stand in against Robert Rohrbaugh. Another left-hander for Rohrbaugh to face. A couple of guys out of the Well, Rohrbaugh playing for a team at the Pacific Northwest. Rodland from the Pacific Northwest, from Snohomish, Washington. Mariners, of course, one of the teams he followed as a kid growing up. And here's a pitch. Slider for strike one at the letters. Rodland got yesterday off, and instead Devin Day started at second base. Eric, a .291 batting average with 3 homers and 30 runs batted in. 3-0 San Antonio, bottom of the third. Travelers looking to fight back here. Rohrbaugh getting a look at Paulie. Now the 0-1 to Rodland. Broken bat fly to shallow center. Charging Boucher. Still coming. A diving stop. Did he trap it? He did. He's unable to make the catch. Paulie quickly hustles into second base and beats the throw. A couple of 2-out singles bring the top of the order to the plate. Boucher, who even plays a shallow center field, still couldn't get there in time. Good effort. Diving and somersaulting for the baseball, but he trapped that one. And after the first 7 Arkansas batters went down in order, the 8 and 9 hitters, Paulie and Rodland, collect singles. Now Haynes, who was called out on strikes on a curve in the first, stands into the plate. Mission sent Tuiasosopo up at third a couple of steps. And here's the pitch. It's high, ball 1, 1-0. Rohrbaugh had just a 146 earned run average at single A. If you combine his single A and double A numbers before this game, he was allowed only 13 runs in 13 starts. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Haynes. The curveball is low and outside, and Nathan ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. So he's averaging just about 1 run allowed per start, which is just ridiculous, considering Rohrbaugh was pitching in a hitters league, the California League, for 10 games, and the Texas League is no slouch when it comes to hitters this year. Still looking to get a first run for the Travs today. Long pause at the belt by Rohrbaugh. Now the 2-0. Haynes drives it deep to the right field corner, but it is hooking foul and goes over the bullpen, a foul ball. Strike 1. During Browning practice today, Haynes had a couple of balls into the wind over the right field fence, drawing some oohs and ahs from his teammates, especially Brandon Wood, who certainly knows about hitting for power himself. Haynes winked at Brandon and said, I got a little juice on occasion. And he does, although he still hasn't homered once this year with the Travs. He's hit some homers at this level. Rohrbaugh taking his time. Paulie at second, Rodland at first. Here's the stretch at the belt. Pickoff play at second, the throw, and he picked him off. Paulie caught at second base, 1-6 for the second out of the inning. Great timing play there between Rohrbaugh and Navarro, the shortstop. Not quite sure if the boos are for the umpire or for Paulie, who was picked off. Perfect throw right on the third base side of second. Paulie was too late. 2 outs to count 2-1 on Haynes, and now only Rodland, the base runner. Here's a pitch. Slider outside, ball 3, 3-1. But you just hope that kind of a play does not come back to bite the Travs, especially considering how well Rohrbaugh has looked here in the early going. You cannot waste any outs. Those outs are at a premium against him. Count 3-1 on Haynes. On deck, Peel. And a throw to first base. Back in there is Rodland. Mission 3, Travs nothing. All 3 San Antonio runs coming to the top of the third. All of them with 2 outs. 2-out situation here for the Travelers. Now the 3-1 to Haynes. Inside, ball 4. So it'll be first and second now with 2 away. And Aaron Peel standing in. Peel has been Dr. Clutch recently, driving in 17 runs in his last 21 ball games. 6 RBIs in the series at Wichita. The Missions, however, seem to know something about Peel. They know what to pitch to him. Aaron hitting under 200 against the Missions, including a pop-up in the first today. Rohrbaugh into the stretch. He deals. Peel pops it up on a changeup. On the right side of the plate, foul territory. The first baseman, Hubbard, is there to make the catch, and the Travelers are done in the third inning. No runs, 2 base hits, 2 men left, and a runner picked off at second by Rohrbaugh. 3 innings are in the bag scorebook. We're going to go to the top of the 4th, and it's 3-0 San Antonio. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible reward. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lakes Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Stone Lake features a unique link-style course and some of the most reasonable green speeds around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lakes has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelakes.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes.
We are Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Moving into the top of the 4th inning, it's all San Antonio now. The Mission's 3 and the Travelers nothing. Get you through the totals in just a moment. Jose Arredondo will come back to the mound after facing 8 hitters in the 3rd and 3 runners scoring. The 9-hitter Rucky leads off for the Missions. Right-hand catcher fouls a fastball straight back for a strike. Missions with 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They stranded 4. Travs, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, with 2 men left on base. Rucky a fly out in the 2nd. The pitch almost hit him high and tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. All 3 Missions runs scored with 2 outs in the 3rd. Marshall Hubbard, a 2-run double off the right field wall, followed by Mike Wilson's single into right field. The 1-1 to Ruxy. Bringing a fly ball in a shallow left, charging Peel, long run coming, makes a basket catch for the first out of the 4th inning. Nice running grab. He called off Wood at the last second and made that catch. 1 away. Checking the Southwest Airlines Texas League scoreboard. The Wichita Wranglers trailing Midland in the 4th inning 3-0 with Midland right-hand batter Matt Allegra hitting his 8th home run. Travelers start today 2 games back of Wichita. The Missions are 2 in front of Midland for 2nd place in the South. First place Corpus Christi was postponed because of rain at Springfield today. Here's Boucher on the pitch. There's a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Boucher is 0 for 2. Here's grounded to shortstop and tried to bunt his way on to start the 3rd, but Arredondo made a very nice play and threw him out. Here's the 0-1. And a fastball that Arredondo threw a little too early, and it went all the way back to the screen. It's a ball and a strike. So it looks like Springfield and Corpus Christi will have to make that game up over the next couple of days. They'll have that doubleheader Wednesday. The 1-1 pitch to Sebastian Boucher. It's hit high down the left field line into foul territory. Aaron Peel streaking over. That is into the North Point Volvo picnic patio for strike 2. That's going to be the 3rd rain out at Springfield, even with that fantastic field at Hammond. The Cardinals lead the league with 3 home rainouts. And the 2 rainouts back in the first half cost the Cardinals 2 games that were never made up. They could have used those games. Springfield finished 1 game behind Tulsa for the first half championship. 1-2 on Boucher. Arredondo kicks, delivers high, and it's 2-2. One other game at Frisco. Tulsa leading 1-0 in the top of the 4th at the Giant Soda Bottle. Now the 2-2 on the way to Boucher, and it pops it out of play over the bleachers. The mentioned during the pregame show, something happened at Driller Stadium yesterday that hadn't happened since that ballpark had a different name. The Drillers were swept at home in a 5-game series for the first time since 1982. Then Driller Stadium was called Sutton Stadium. 2-2 struck him out swinging on a slider. A roar from the crowd because they all just won a free gallon of windshield wiper fluid courtesy of Advanced Auto Parts. Three strikeouts for Arredondo, and Navarro comes up next. Two away, and Navarro started that rally in the third with a double. The pitch. Fastball is a called strike, and it's 0-1. Navarro had that double in the third and scored on the two-base hit by Hubbard. It's 1-1 now as the split-fingered is inside. Arredondo really struggling with that split-fingered, and so far the slider as well. Now the 1-1 pitch. And there's a high strike called on the split-fingered, 1-2. Crickets come out as nightfall settles in here. And the 1-2 on the way. Navarro, it's a little bleeder foul to the first base railing. Still a ball and 2 strikes. This will be the last time the San Antonio Missions play at Raywinder Field in a series. And that is, of course, unless Travs and the Missions match up in the Texas League Championship Series. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a hard ground ball up the middle. It got by Arredondo, and it bleeds into shallow center for a base hit. Navarro with a 2-out, 2-strike single to bring up Jason Bourgeois. Arredondo unable to come up with that hard grounder. It was actually a hard liner right back up the box. And Jose, with his body carrying towards the first base line, was unable to come up with it. That ball was just a little bit on the third base side of the rubber. Base hit number 6 for the Missions, and now Bourgeois stands in. Arredondo from the stretch. His pitch is high, ball 1. Also, that 5-game sweep at Tulsa. It was the first time that the Drillers were swept in a 5-game series, whether it be home or on the road, since they were swept by the Travs at Raywinder Field in 1999. 1-0 to Bourgeois. There's a fastball for a strike, 1-1. Missions lead 3-0. Top of the 4th. San Antonio holding a 6-3 advantage over the Travelers. And when these teams matched up at Little Rock June 4th and June 5th, they split 2 games. Here's the 1-1. Slider fouled back. Rolls up the chicken mesh right in front of the broadcast level and down into the backstop area. The count 1-2. Travs and Missions were rained out on May the 6th. And they were unable to make that game up. At first base, Navarro, 2 outs and a 2-strike pitch coming. Little chopper hugging the third base line, goes foul. Still 1-2 on Bourgeois. San Antonio jumped out of the gate in the second half, winning 5 of their first 6 games, including 2 of 3 from Arkansas. In fact, they lost only 2 of their first 8 games in the second half. Here's the 1-2. Bourgeois swinging a ground ball to the 6-hole at short. There's Wood backhanding it. His throw to second is late, and the throw is beaten by Navarro, and Bourgeois with no play at first. It'll be a base hit for Bourgeois, the 7th of the game for the Missions. And Wladimir Balentien will stand in. Since the Missions won 8 of those first 10 games, they have lost 6 of their last 8 to fall behind Corpus Christi by 3. The Hooks have won 7 of 10. Here's Balentien. The pitch is fouled off Bobby Wilson. Strike 1. Missions getting another chance with 2 outs. Arredondo set down Ruckey on a flyout to left, then struck out Boucher. But Navarro and Bourgeois single, bringing Balentien up. Balentien a strikeout and a walk, scoring a run in the third. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back, and it's strike two. The home run derby underway in Pittsburgh. And it looks like the finalists, Lance Berkman of Houston and Miguel Tejada of Baltimore. The pitch. That's up high, ball one. Those are just the first two hitters of the first round. Those are not the finalists. So they're just getting into the first round at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back. Big cut by Balentien. Former Texas Leaguers involved in the home run derby. Troy Gloss played with the Midland Angels. And Lance Berkman, of course, played with Jackson just before the Generals moved to Round Rock. Another 1-2. Ground ball to third base. Grass kills that. Matt Brown is up with it. He flips to first for the final out. Missions threatened but failed to score, leaving two runners on base. Still the Missions lead 3-0. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the fourth inning here at Ray Winder. Travelers trailing 3-0. I'm Phil Elson. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE and minorleaguebaseball.com. Bottom of inning number 4, number 3 batter Brandon Wood comes up against Robert Rohrbaugh. Over the first 3 innings, Rohrbaugh has dominated, set down the first 7 batters' base, but then allowed 2 singles and a walk in the third before Aaron Peel fouled out, leaving runners on. And Rohrbaugh also picked a man off at second base, caught Matt Pauley napping at second. Wood was called out on strikes as the final batter of the first. Here's the first pitch, and he swings and lines it right to third, and Tuiasosopo makes the backhand catch. Wood hits it hard, but he's 0 for 2. A quick out, bringing up Matt Brown. By the way, the update on that home run derby, David Wright leading the way so far with 16 home runs. Big Poppy, David Ortiz, is next up to the plate. I shudder to think how many balls Ortiz could hit into the Allegheny River past right field at PNC. Here's Brown, and the pitch high, ball 1. Brown struck out in the second. 1 of 5 strikeouts for Robert Rohrbaugh. Left-hander comes home, a 1-0. Low, ball 2 on a breaking ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Rest of the rotation for the Missions. They'll have another left-hander tomorrow. Here's the pitch. Bringing a foul straight back, 2-1. Left-hander Travis Blackley goes tomorrow for the Missions. 6-6 record, 4.00 ERA. He was an All-Star and a former Texas League Pitcher of the Year. Norman Bizzardo on Wednesday. 2-1 to Brown. Swing and a foul tip held on. Strike two. Ryan Spearbend will pitch for the Mission. Spearbend has lost 2 straight starts after winning 4 in a row. Travelers rotation, Arredondo today. Jesse Smith will pitch tomorrow. Rafael Rodriguez Wednesday. And Chris Hunter finishes it out. The 2-2 to Brown is low and inside, ball 3, a full count. Only the second full count that a Traveler batter has worked against Rohrbaugh. Terry Evans on deck. Now the leg kick, and Rohrbaugh's 3-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes out his 6th as Brown goes after the high fastball. Strikes out for the second time. And there's 2 away, bringing up Terry Evans. Evans also struck out of the second. So Rohrbaugh has struck out 6 batters out of the first top 5 in the lineup. Here's a pitch. Evans is swinging a little leader foul off the end of the bat. It dives in front of the Arkansas dugout. Nothing in 1 on Terry Evans, who is 4 for 14 as an Arkansas Traveler. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly to deep right field. Going back, Balentien at the wall. He looks up. It is gone. Terry Evans has hit his 3rd home run in 4 games. Terry Evans, welcome to Raywinder Field. He is made for hitting at this ballpark. That'll make it a 3-1 score. Home run number 25 overall for Terry Evans, leading all minor league players. And that was his 10th in the Texas League. Now Greg Porter stands into the batter's box. 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch is low for a ball. That is the first run that has been scored against Robert Rohrbaugh in over 16 innings. In fact, it's been 17 innings since he had last given up a run until Evans goes deep. Now the 1-0. Porter swinging a hard ground ball, base hit into center. Porter had an 8-game hit streak end yesterday, and now base hits in 9 of 10. And the Travelers are starting to get a little bit of a secret on Rohrbaugh. Out of the last 8 hitters, 4 have collected a hit and 5 have reached. Evans now with a 2-home run lead over Mark Reynolds of Lancaster, the Diamondbacks affiliate in the California League for the minor league home run lead. Pitch to Bobby Wilson. Low, ball 1, 1-0. His 25th home run, Evans. He's now hit 3 with the Travs in just 4 games. Wilson a strikeout of the 3rd, and the 1-0 from Rohrbaugh. Swing and a miss off speed, strike 1. Mission's 3 runs on 7 hits. The Travelers 1 run on 4 hits. 1-1 to Bobby. No, a throw to first instead. Porter getting back in. Rohrbaugh is now giving up 2 home runs since joining the Mission, and 4 homers overall this year. There's the 1-1. Wilson swings and pops it out of play down the right side. Strike 2. Wilson waiting on a 1-2 count. Porter at first. The pitch, hard ground ball right to short. Fielded by Navarro. He flips to Chen for the force at second. And the Travelers will settle for 1 run in the 4th inning. 1 run on 2 base hits. A man left, and we'll go to the top of the 5th with the Missions leading 3-1 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use direct. AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
Coming back out of the top of the fifth inning, the Travelers got their first run of the game on a Terry Evans solo home run. Minor league high 25th long ball for Evans and his first home run here at Raywinder Field. Interesting to think about it that of Evans' 10 homers in the Texas League, 8 of them involve Arkansas. It's 5 of them against the Travelers, and now 3 of them with the Travelers. Marshall Hubbard leads off the fifth. Jose Arredondo back on the mound. He's had a tough 4 innings. The toughest inning, the third, where Hubbard had the biggest hit, a 2-run, 2-out double off the right center field wall. It gave the Missions a 2-0 lead. He would score, and Mike Wilson singled into right. And the Travelers got that run on the Evans homer at the bottom of the fourth. Hubbard standing in 1 for 2. And here's the pitch from Jose Arredondo. Fastball fouled over the third base dugout. Strike 1. Hubbard, Mike Wilson, and Young Chi Chen in the fifth. The Missions have recorded 6 hits in the last 2 innings. The 0-1 high and a ball and a strike. Jose back to work to wind up the 1-1. There's a strike on the inside corner at the letters. Looked like the splitty. Count 1-2. Jose has struck out 3 batters in 4 innings. And here's the 1-2 to Hubbard. It's high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jose has a maximum effort pitching motion. Not smooth and easy. He does look like he's trying to throw hard. Here's the 2-2. High again, ball 3. It looks sometimes as Jose could lunge a little too far forward, which would leave his arm behind him, and the fastballs would come a little high. High fastballs can help on occasion. Here's the payoff, and Hubbard takes inside a leadoff walk. Walk number 4 issued by Arredondo. To bring up Mike Wilson. Wilson on base twice, a second inning walk, and a third inning RBI single. And with Arredondo already throwing 85 pitches, there's action in the bullpen. Bill Edwards starts to throw. Right-hander from Memphis. Hubbard at first, and the pitch inside, ball 1. In that shutout win at Wichita last time out, Arredondo threw 108 pitches in 9 innings. Didn't throw his 80th pitch until the 6th inning. And that was the last couple pitches of the 6th. Might not get there today. The 1-0. Wilson is swinging a line drive base hit past Wood. And in the left center field, cut off by Aaron Peel. Going first to third is Hubbard. Here's the throw from Peel. On time, but not in time. Throw to second base, and Wilson gets back in there as well. Good throw. Peel's throw is on the money. But just a little bit late. Head first slide by Hubbard. Got ahead of it. And Wilson comes in behind the throw. So the mission's in business here. Second and third. Nobody out for Young Chi Chen. Wilson 2 for 2 on base for the third time. Chen with base hits in his first 2 at-bats. The infield draws up. Hubbard, not very good speed, but he's a big hit at third. The pitch. Chopper to third base. Brown makes the play. Runners hold. From the cut of the grass, his throw. And he gets Chen by a couple of feet for out number 1. Big first out. Now Tuiasosopo coming up. Tuiasosopo was 0 for 2. We're now into the part of the lineup that Arredondo has handled quite well. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Tuiasosopo, Rutsky, and Boucher, combined 0 for 7. The 2 through 7 hitters that have handled Arredondo quite well. Here's the stretch in the pitch. A called strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Brown playing 1 step behind the third base line. Shortstop Wood, step even. Second base Rodlin is a couple steps in. Pauly the same at first. The 0-1 low. A ball and a strike on Tuiasosopo. He's hit the ball on the ground twice. To second base and to shortstop. Neither time was hit hard. At third base, Marshall Hubbard and Wilson leading from second. 3-1 San Antonio in the fifth. Arredondo's 1-1. Swing and a miss on the splitty. Strike 2. Justin Rutsky, the on-deck hitter, batting around 225. Tuiasosopo under 240 now. Arredondo ahead 1-2. Here's the pitch. It's high. Tried to change up, and it didn't have any break. It's 2-2 count. Edwards got up and started to throw immediately when Hubbard walked. And Wilson singles into third and comes in behind the throw before Chen grounds out. The 2-2. Tuiasosopo takes high and tight. Ball 3. Count is full. Arredondo has walked 4 and allowed 8 base hits. His game may rest on this pitch. Hands together. Lifts the leg and deals. Tuiasosopo fouls it away. Came on the fifth. And he popped it into the first base box seat. Tuiasosopo with 3 hits in his last 21 at-bats. Arredondo needing a pop-up, a strikeout, or a ground ball to one of the infielders. 3-2. Bringing a ground ball towards the mound. Played by Arredondo. He's going to catch Hubbard between third and the plate. He tags him out. Looking to first base. He almost tried to throw out Tuiasosopo. On that play, Wilson went from second to third. Even if Hubbard got back to third base, there would have been 2 missions standing on the bag at one time. Nice play by Arredondo. Very alert. Once he fielded that ground ball, he saw Hubbard coming down the line, so he ran right at him and handles the second out of the inning himself. It'll be a fielder's choice for Tuiasosopo, 1 unassisted on the putout. And Wilson at third. First and third for the 9-hitter Justin Rutsky. Rutsky has flied out twice, to center and the left. Jose is ready. High set, the pitch. Fastball popped out of play back over the press box. 0-1. Even though Rutsky is batting under 230 this year, he comes through with big hits. 341 batting average with a man in scoring position. He's been doing a lot of backup catching this year, but Luis Oliveros up at the majors now. Here's the 0-1. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Oliveros has been doing much of the catching recently. A 194 hitter called up to the majors. Jeff Clement had been their starting catcher in April, but he's at AAA. The 1-1 from Jose. Ruxy popped it up out of play over the first base roof to the parking lot. Count 1-2, and Jose can get out of the inning with one more strike. Missions leading 3-1. Wilson at third and Tuiasosopo at first. Wilson and Arredondo want to chat about this before they come home with anything. 3 runs in the third inning for the Missions. They threatened in the fourth, leaving 2 runners on base. San Antonio has already stranded 6 overall. And they've got another 2 runners on now in the fifth. Wilson back behind the plate. He squats down. The count 1-2 on the tall right-handed catcher, Ruxy. And the pitch inside. It almost darted in and hit Ruxy. Arredondo with the ball in his right hip. Comes set. And the 2-2 pitch. Fastball chopped to the 6-hole at shortstop plate. Played by Brown, throws off balance to second, and they force Tuiasosopo for the final out of the fifth. That was a fine play by Matt Brown. Way off the line into the hole at short. That saved a run. The Missions go with no runs in the fifth. On 1 base hit, they strand 2 more. Missions have stranded 8 runners now. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth, and it's 3-1 San Antonio on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Tick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Tick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Tick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Tick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Tick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Tick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs and the Missions halfway through tonight's action. Bottom of the fifth. Missions leading by a 3-1 score. Phil Elson with you on the broadcast on Air America Little Rock. 1380 KDXE. Join us tomorrow night as the Travs and the Missions play the second game of this series at 7:10. If you are looking for a discount ticket for tomorrow's game, you can get it at a Pulaski County Exxon gas station. Or if you're a member of the Air Force and located out at Little Rock Air Force Base, you can pick up a free ticket at the Air Force Base. And again, that is only for Air Force personnel. Air Force Base night, courtesy of First Arkansas Bank and Trust. Matt Pauley leads off the fifth for the Travs. Robert Rohrbaugh back to work for the Missions. Left-hand pitcher is allowed 4 base hits. Pauley at the first, and he drives one deep to the right field corner with a chance to go. That ball is up, and it is gone. And Matt Pauley hits the first pitch of the fifth inning over the right field wall. That'll bring the Travelers within 1 run. Pauley had the first hit of the game for the Travs after Rohrbaugh had set down the first 7. Pauley with his 8th home run since coming to Little Rock. And on the first pitch as well, a drive deep over the right field corner. So now out of the last 4 Travs that come to the plate, 2 have hit homers, Evans in the 4th, and now Pauley to start the 5th. Eric Rodlin will stand in, left-hand batter in the pitch. It's a strike on the outside corner. Rohrbaugh had come into this game allowing all of 3 home runs on the year in 13 starts. And now 2 homers against the last 4 batters. Rodlin a single in the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, slowly passed him out up the middle. Second baseman Chen charges, gets rid of it quickly, and Rodlin is out. Close play at first. Rodlin now 1 for 2. Coming up to the plate to the top of the order, Nathan Haynes getting his 3rd plate appearance. Updating you on the home run derby in Pittsburgh. David Wright and David Ortiz are the top home run hitters in the first round. Wright hit 16, Big Papi at 10. Pitch on the way to Haynes. Swinging a drive deep to the right field corner. Did he hit another one? Ball is up. Get out of here. 3rd Traveler homer. They've tied the game on 3 solo home runs. First home run for Haynes as an Arkansas Traveler this year. A 3-3 tie. The top power hitting team in the Texas League has just exploded. The Travs now in the season with 101 home runs. That is 4 more than Tulsa, the second place team with 97 homers. Evans, Pauly, and Haynes with shots deep over the right field wall. Aaron Peel standing in with a brand new game, and the pitch is low. Ball 1. Peel 0 for 2 and 2 pop outs. Haynes is 6th RBI. And first home run since joining the Travs. Here's the 1-0 to Peel. Off speed is inside, and it is 2-0. So Rohrbaugh has now allowed as many homers in not even 2 innings as he had allowed in his previous 70 innings. The 2-0, a ground ball to second. The play by Chen. In a cloud of dust, he throws for out number 2. 2 away as Brandon Wood stands in. This is exactly what the Travelers have been doing a lot of recently, although not necessarily was it the home run that was bringing Arkansas back at Wichita. A lot of consecutive singles and extra base hits, but today, boy, welcome back to Little Rock, boys. Here's Wood. And the pitch on the way to Brandon. It is a strike, 0-1. Jose Arredondo now off the hook. Bill Edwards is warming up in the bullpen again. Arredondo will be finished after 5 innings. Wood is 0 for 2. Called out on strikes and a line out. The pitch, a fly ball, high center field. Back Boucher has room in front of the warning track. And the catch is made for the last out of the 5th. But the Travs get 2 solo homers, Matt Pauly and Nathan Haynes. And we've got a brand new ball game tied 3-3 going into the 6th. The Travelers and the Missions on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh?
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
5 innings in the Big Bash scorebook. The Travelers have tied the game thanks to 3 solo homers after they fell behind in the third 3-0. Home runs by Terry Evans, Matt Pauly, and Nathan Haynes have tied this game. Jose Arredondo is off the hook, and he's also out of the ball game. Arredondo pulled after throwing 101 pitches in 5 innings, allowing 3 runs on 8 base hits, 4 walks. He struck out 3. Got to give Arredondo credit. He battled, did not have his best stuff. Unable to command his split-fingered very well. But only the 3 runs, and that matches Ryan Robert Rohrbaugh, who looked like he was dominating with the first couple of innings. Bill Edwards is the new pitcher, and Sebastian Boucher leads off and takes a called strike on the Edwards fastball. Edwards makes his team-leading 32nd appearance out of the bullpen. 7 wins, 3 losses. Pitch to Boucher, hit high and deep to center. Terry Evans sprinting back towards the track. It is over his head. Plays it off the fence. Boucher pulling up at second base with a leadoff double. Throw goes all the way through, but it's backed up at third by Matt Brown. Boucher had been 0 for 3 against Jose Arredondo, and now he collects his 8th extra base hit of the year in a full season. Base hit number 59 off of Edwards in 49 2/3 innings. He's allowing a .301 batting average to the Texas League, and his ERA at 4.71. Leadoff double by Boucher, the 9th base hit for the Missions. And Ozzie Navarro now stands in. Navarro is 2 for 3. Here's Edwards' pitch. Got him on the 5th, fouled it, strike 1. Navarro hit the ball very well against Arredondo after flying out of the 1st. Navarro doubled and scored in the 3rd. Had a 2-out single to center in the 4th. Time called by the umpires. They noticed the ball got loose from one of the kids in the North Point Volvo patio, forcing one of the Missions relievers to pick it up and hand it over to him over the fence. And Edwards looking for the sign. Here's the stretch. Now look at second. Now the 0-1. Navarro takes a fastball. Strike 2 at the knee. Navarro known more for his fielding, rangy shortstop. Hitting the ball very well today. His average now above 265. The 0-2 pitch. A swing and a chopper over the mound will move the runner up. Here's Wood charging, tried to barehand, and he couldn't field it. Navarro will reach for the 3rd consecutive at-bat, and he moves Boucher to 3rd base. That'll be scored a base hit for Navarro. He is 3 for 4. Wood tried that barehand on the 2nd bounce. Brannon's been able to make that play previous times, but unable this time. So the Missions are set up here in the 6th to take the lead again. Jason Bourgeois standing in. Bourgeois has walked, struck out, and beat out a ground ball to short. The pitch. Curveball from Edwards, strike 1. Bourgeois started at 265 today with 20 RBIs. Still looking for his first run batted in against Arkansas. The 0-1 from Edwards. Curveball hit in the air down the right field line, shallow. Long run for Haynes, but he gets there. He makes the catch. Here comes Boucher from 3rd. Haynes' throw cut off at 1st. And I'm not sure if Paulie knew if he was supposed to cut that ball off or not. Boucher scores on the sacrifice to make it 4-3. After Haynes threw that ball and saw Paulie cut it, he started jumping around as if he thought he had a chance to nail Boucher. That would have been a tough play. Boucher, one of the top base stealers in the league, obviously has very good speed being a center fielder. Haynes not known for a strong throwing arm. He's pretty accurate. But I guess we'll never know if that throw would have been in time. Navarro held it first, so it's the runner's first, 1 out, and Missions lead 4-3. Balentien the batter, and the pitch is a wild pitch all the way back to the screen by Edwards. Navarro takes second base on Bill's 4th wild pitch of the year. Forget about the double play now. Balentien batting with a runner at second and only 1 out. Edwards has had trouble here at Ray Winder Field, where batters hit over 90 points higher than they do on the road against him. Edwards' ERA is almost 3.5 runs higher than it is here in Little Rock on the road. Here's the 1-0 to Balentien. Swinging a line drive, base hit into center. Navarro will be sent around 3rd. Evans comes up throwing home from center. Strong throw. The tag applied. He is out.
Terry Evans showing off a cannon from center field. He guns down Oswaldo Navarro. 8-2 on the play at the plate. Nice job by Bobby Wilson blocking home. Navarro tried to slide around him, but he still hasn't touched home plate. Balentien goes to second base on the throw home. There were some questions as to why the Angels wanted Terry Evans to play center field, but I think we know why. Here's Marshall Hubbard. Hubbard a 2-run double in the third and a walk in the fifth. Man at second, Balentien the pitch. Fastball, strike on the inside corner. Third outfield assist for Terry Evans. His first as a Traveler. He's thrown out 2 runners as a Springfield Cardinal right fielder. Here's the 0-1 to Hubbard. Outside, a ball and a strike on the Mission's first baseman. Sacrifice fly from Bourgeois makes it Mission's 4, Travelers 3. Balentien thought he had an RBI single. Terry Evans said no. 1-1 pitch. Hubbard a swing and a fly ball to the left field corner, slicing away from Peel. It falls foul. A foul ball, very well hit by Marshall Hubbard. Hit it to the warning track in the left field corner, right in front of the Hamburger helper glove. Too bad that glove couldn't reach out and make the catch. Balentien walks back across the mound to second base after charging home. And Hubbard comes back to the plate after rounding first. Edwards getting hit hard here in the 6th inning, 3 base hits. Navarro's base hit was a little cheapy, a chopper over the mound. Boucher and Balentien each with solid line drives. Edwards coming set. Looks at Balentien. No one holding the pitch. Curveball hit in the air to left field again, deep. Peel streaking back at the warning track. It is over his head, and Balentien comes around to score on the 4th base hit of the inning. Pulling into second is Hubbard with his 3rd RBI double. His 3rd RBI, his 2nd double of the night. 2 runs have come home in the 6th inning. Edwards has set down just 1 batter. Mission's 5, Travelers 3. And now it's Mike Wilson standing in. Wilson, a walk and 2 singles. Drove in a run with a base hit in the 3rd. Edwards delivers, and it's low, ball 1. Edwards has now allowed a total of 6 runs in his last 4 1/3 innings. ERA rising almost to 5. With a 1-0 pitch to Wilson. Swinging a hard grounder up the middle. It is a base hit into center. Hubbard coming around third. Evans won't get the throw off in time. A 3-run inning for the Missions, and they lead by 3 again. 6-3 San Antonio. Travelers came right back with 3 solo homers on the 4th and the 5th. But the Missions rally back in the 6th. Wilson with his 3rd base hit and his 2nd RBI of the night. Ken Patterson out of the dugout. And Miguel Gonzalez steps out of the bullpen. Bobby Zimmerman steps up as well. Zimmerman will begin to warm. Edwards has been one of the better relievers this year for the Travs. He's had some decent outings. But it will tell you the state of the Traveler bullpen that Edwards has had an inconsistent year, yet he has been one of the more consistent pitchers. Edwards is trying to fight through one more batter here in the 6th. He has faced 6 hitters with 5 collecting base hits. 4 of those hits have been on either hard grounders or hard flies or line drives. Well, the middle of the order just killing the Travs today. Hubbard, 2 for 3, 3 RBIs. Wilson, 3 for 3, reaching 4 times with 2 runs driven in. Now Chen, the batter.
And the pitch from Edwards. Outside, ball one. Chen singles in the second and third. A ground out in the fifth. 1 for 10 coming into this game. Chen is 2 for 3 today. The 1-0 from Edwards. Fastball is a strike on the inside corner. 1-1. The Missions with 6 runs on 13 base hits in 5 2/3 innings pitched by the Travs. Arkansas's home ERA this year is over 7 and rising. 1-1. Line drive to right field. Haynes charging, diving, making a spectacular catch. Another line drive by the Missions, but Haynes is there with a sparkling play. To end the 6th inning rally, the Mission scores 3 times on 5 base hits. No errors, 1 man left. The Mission 6, the Travelers 3. Last of the 6 coming up on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Two great companies that you know and trust have now joined forces.
Sixth inning with the Travelers trailing 6-3. Coming up in the 6th, it'll be Matt Brown, Terry Evans, and Greg Porter. Beautiful night for baseball. There was a chance for rain today. As we know, it never rains at Ray Winder Field. And if it did, for some reason, you've got your Travelers umbrella given away the last doubleheader we played, thanks to Academy Sports and Outdoors. Rain is on the way, but that's going to come very late at night. So the Travs back behind by 3 after the Missions have their 3-run 6th inning. Brown standing in. Robert Rohrbaugh's pitch is swung on and missed. Chase one in the dirt. Brown has had some troubles against Rohrbaugh, striking out in both at-bats. Rohrbaugh trying to rebound after giving up as many homers over the last 2 innings that he had allowed in his previous 13 starts. 0-1 on Brown. Rohrbaugh, the left-hander, delivers 0-1, and Brown shoots it back into the screen. Strike 2. We'll check the Texas League scores on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. There was a rain out today. Springfield and Corpus Christi rained out at Hammond Field. They'll make it up Wednesday with a double dip. Here's an 0-2 pitch. Brown hits it down the right field line, slicing over the bullpen. Foul. Out of play. Still 0-2. Tulsa got a run in the first inning against the Frisco Rough Riders, and Juan Murillo has made it stand with 5 innings of 2-hit ball. Drillers 1, Rough Riders nothing at the top of the 6th at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Drillers have lost 6 games in a row. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Brown, and he swings and misses, strikes out for the 3rd time. Number 7 for Robert Rohrbaugh, setting a new Double-A high. He struck out 6 batters in his last start, and a no decision against the Midland Rockhounds. And now Terry Evans coming back. After striking out of the 2nd, Evans batted in the 4th. It is 25th home run of the year over the right field wall. And then last half inning, we had a beautiful throw, nailing Oswaldo Navarro at home, trying to score in a single. Here's a pitch. Evans, a check swing and a curve. They appeal. He did not go. Base umpire Robert Hansen said so. Ball 1. Evans gets the power from his wrist. He has a very powerful cut. The 1-0 is high, ball 2. And it seems that both Terry and Brandon Wood get their power from the same places. They both have this. A very quick bat, strong forearms, and they can whip it through. The 2-0 pitch. A swing and a miss. 2-1. Bob Zimmerman is warming up in the bullpen once again, and that means Bill Edwards will not come back out for the 7th. Edwards really did not look very good in that top of the 6th. Everything hit hard except for the sacrifice fly in the infield single. Evans fouls the 2-1 over the press box, and it's 2-2. So better to wait until the next time for Edwards to save his arm. Bullpen getting into the thick of things pretty early today. Rohrbaugh going for strikeout number 8. The pitch to Terry. Up high, ball 3. Tried off speed. On deck, Greg Porter. Here's the 3-2. Evans is swinging a foul back again, right on the mesh. And it bounces to the top of the roof, but it's still full on Evans. Everybody wants to know how come Evans has blossomed this year after 4 nondescript seasons with the Cardinals single-A teams. There really isn't an answer for it. No one's quite sure, but he's blossoming. Another payoff. And a swing and a line drive to deep center. He got a hold of that one. Boucher streaking back when he makes the catch. Boucher showing range, catching that ball straight towards him. He had to run back about 15 feet. But made that grab, and Rohrbaugh has set down 4 in a row since Haynes tied the game with a home run of the 5th. Now designated hitter Greg Porter stands in. A single to center last time up, and he flied out on the 2nd. Porter is 1 for 2. Here's Rohrbaugh's pitch. Porter takes it low, ball 1. Porter came into the game batting .285. 12 home runs, ranking 2nd on the ball club, 42 RBIs. The pitch, a strike at the letters, 1-1. Another game in the league at Midland, the Rockhounds 3, Wichita 1 after 5. 1-1 to Porter is a called strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Rohrbaugh trying to get through 6 innings. And here's the 1-2 to Greg. High fastball evens it. Six to 3 missions, last of the 6, 2 outs, no one on for Porter. The 2-2 pitch, swinging a foul back, got a good cut at that one, maybe a little in front. Count still 2-2 on Porter. Porter didn't hit very well at San Antonio last time. He was 1 for 10 in the series, but it's just that ballpark at the Wolf he doesn't hit well. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, chase one in the dirt, blocked by Ruck. He steps outside the line and flips for the out. That is strikeout number 8 for Robert Rohrbaugh, and he pitches a perfect 6th inning. So the Travelers will trail 6-3 going into the top of the 7th. This is Arkansas Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available. available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnanceman, second class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion.
Air America Little Rock.
1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
Chronicling the first 6 innings of this baseball game. The Missions got ahead 3-0 in the third using 4 base hits. They scored 3 runs. Travelers fought back and tied it with 3 solo homers. Terry Evans in the 4th inning. Matt Pauley and Nathan Haynes in the 5th. And the Missions rallied back to take another 3-run lead with 3 runs scoring against Bill Edwards in the 6th inning on 5 base hits. Edwards has gone after the 1 inning, and Bobby Zimmerman will replace him on the mound. Just as Edwards, Zimmerman has struggled here at Ray Winder Field as most Traveler pitchers have this year. In fact, most pitchers across the league have. Arkansas really hits the ball at this ballpark. Zim's ERA here at Ray Winder Field, 15.75. ERA on the road, just 3. Matt Tuiasosopo leads off. Zimmerman, big right-hander from St. Louis, Missouri. 4th-round draft pick out of Southwest Missouri State delivers. And Tuiasosopo takes a called strike on the outside corner. He is 0 for 3. Had a chance for an RBI in the 5th with men at first and third and 1 out, but tapped to the mound, and Jose Arredondo tagged a runner out between home and third. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Justin Ruxy on deck, and then Sebastian Boucher. Missions with 6 runs on 13 base hits. No errors, and already the Missions have left 9 men on base. Here's the 0-2. A swing and a miss, and Zimmerman strikes out Tuiasosopo on 3 pitches. Got him with a curve in the dirt. Strikeout number 10 for Bobby in 20 1/3 innings. Travelers' totals are 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on. The Missions have been right on the ball offensively. Already San Antonio has 7 batters with at least 1 base hit. Rocky, the 9-hitter, not one of them as he chops the first pitch to short. Moving to his right, Woods scoops it up, shuffles his feet, fires across, and gets the out on Rocky for out number 2. And Justin now 0 for 4. Coming up next, Sebastian Boucher. Boucher is 1 for 4. Started San Antonio's go-ahead rally in the 6th with a leadoff double to center. He would score on a sacrifice fly from Jason Bourgeois. Mission 6, trap 3. Batters Boucher, left-hander, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Slider on the inside corner, 0-1. Boucher is also grounded out, thrown out on a bunt. Struck out on the 4th. Brown up at third a little. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive, caught at first by Matt Pauley, and that's a rather easy 7th inning for Bobby Zimmerman. 3 outs on just 7 pitches. We'll go to the last of the 7th, and the Travelers down 6-3. We'll stretch them here at Ray Winder Field on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Here's the line to pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We come into the last of the seventh inning here at Ray Winder Field. Travelers trailing by 3, 6-3 against San Antonio. Game 1 of a 4-game series. Travs have won 7 of 11 games, pulling to within 2 games of first place Wichita in the north. The Missions having some struggles recently. San Antonio losing in 5 of their last 7 ball games, falling 3 games out of the South behind Corpus Christi. But the Missions have pounded the ball today. This is a team that bats just .250 on the year. They've collected 6 runs on 13 base hits. Meanwhile, the Travelers' offense has been mostly relying on the home run. 3 runs, all on solo homers. Terry Evans, Matt Pauley, and Nathan Haynes. Bobby Wilson leads off the 7th. After a hot series at Wichita, he's on a 5-game hit streak, but is 0 for 2 today. And here's Rohrbaugh's pitch. Wilson takes it inside, off-speed breaking ball, 1-0. Wilson has struck out and hit a ground ball, fielder's choice to short for the last out of the 4th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A swing and a fly ball in a shallow left center, charging into the gap. Boucher gets there, makes the running catch. Nice grab, route number 1. And Rohrbaugh has set down the last 6 batters. And to bring up Matt Pauley, who's had a couple of hits. Pauley a single and a third. That was the first Traveler base runner after Robert Rohrbaugh set down the first 7 Arkansas hitters. And Pauley led off the 5th with a home run to the right field corner. Rohrbaugh waiting for Boucher to retake his position in straightaway center and shallow. Wilson also shallow and left. As here's the pitch to Matt Pauley. It's a fastball low. 1 ball, no strikes. They're into the 2nd round of the Home Run Derby in Pittsburgh. In that semifinal, it is David Wright, Miguel Cabrera, David Ortiz, and Ryan Howard. The pitch is swung on and missed. And Pauley now with a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Wright led the first round with 16 homers. Cabrera leading the 2nd round with 6, and Wright is already out of it. So far, Cabrera and David Ortiz leading the way in the semis. Pauley pops it out of play down the left side, strike 2. Ryan Howard is yet to hit. Phillies first baseman. Attendance has been announced on a Monday night at Ray Winder, 2,906. We'll expect to have pretty large crowds towards the weekend. Here's a 1-2, and Pauley slaps a drive to the left field gap. That is in for a base hit, and it rolls to the fence. There goes Pauley for second. Left fielder Wilson fumbling with the ball in the warning track. Now he fields it and throws to Navarro at short, holding Pauley with his 3rd base hit. A 1-out double, and now Pauley is a triple shy of the cycle. Base hit number 7 for the Arkansas Travelers, and Pauley has 3 of them. Now it's Eric Rodland standing in. Rodland had a base hit in the 3rd, a bloop single to center. Eric grounded out of the 5th. No action in the San Antonio bullpen, at least not yet. Rohrbaugh has thrown about 86 pitches, and the Missions still feel he is strong. Pauley at second, Rodland the batter, on deck Haynes. And Rohrbaugh's pitch is fouled into the 3rd base seats. That is actually past the seats and over the bleachers. Strike 1. Now the Missions get a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. It is a left-hander. And it is Ryan Rowland-Smith, left-hander from Newcastle, Australia. 1-out double by Pauley. Rodland the hitter. 0-1 the count. Target goes on the outside corner. Rohrbaugh, long look at Pauly. Now to the plate, and Rodlin takes a slider low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, at least everybody in the home run derby at least hit 1 homer in the first round. Corey Gloss finished last with 1 home run. Not quite the case when the Travs hosted the 2006 home run derby for the Texas League. The 1-1 to Rodlin is wide, and a 2-1 count. Texas League was well represented in yesterday's Futures game in Pittsburgh, won by the United States. Long look for Rohrbaugh. Rodlin asked for timeout. It is granted. Billy Butler named the MVP of the Futures game. He hit a home run at dead center. Joe Kashansky hit the only other home run. 2-1 to Rodlin. A pop fly out of play on the left side. 2-2. George Kataris homered for the World Squad. But both home runs for the United States team came from Texas Leaguers. Alex Gordon, the third baseman for Wichita, had a couple of base hits. Howie Kendrick did not get a base hit, starting at second base for the United States. And Nick Adenhart did not get a chance to pitch, unfortunately. A 2-2 pitch to Rodlin, and it hit him. Got him on the right shoulder, and he'll take his base, bring him the tying run to the plate. Rohrbaugh tried a breaking ball, but it didn't move very much. It stepped right into the batter. So Rodlin on base for the second time, and here's Nathan Haynes, who's already hit 1 game-tying home run. Solo shot on the 5th. He'll wait for a chance to bat as Rocky, the catcher, heads to the mound for a chat with Rohrbaugh. Rowland-Smith still warming up in the San Antonio bullpen. Time called from the Missions bench. Manager Darren Brown walking out. Brown crosses the line, looking into the bullpen. He's not yet decided whether to make the pitching change. Now he has. Just before he got to the mound, he is going to the left-hander who is ready, Ryan Rowland-Smith. So Robert Rohrbaugh goes 6 1/3. He looked pretty strong, making a few mistakes. 3 home runs after he'd given up only 3 homers all year to this point. But he leaves with the lead intact. And we'll have to take a 60-second break. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Go online to att.com and check out their amazingly low price for blazing fast, high-speed internet. Order today and get your high-speed internet at a dial-up price online at att.com. The new AT&T, your world delivered. Travelers down by 3 with a tying run at the plate. 1 out in the 7th on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. But check out att.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if att.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at att.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal universal service cost recovery fiesta. High-speed internet will handle side after 3 months paid service and please check USF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com for other details. Not available in all areas.
One left-hander replaces another as Ryan Rowland-Smith takes over for Robert Rohrbaugh here in the 7th inning with 2 runners on base and 1 out. Matt Pauly hit a 1-out double. Eric Roslin was hit with a 2-2 pitch, forcing Rohrbaugh out of the game. Ryan Rowland-Smith made 7 appearances at Single A before coming up to the Missions, is making his 6th appearance with San Antonio. No record, 257 earned run average. 6'3" left-hander from Sydney coming set. Nathan Haynes, the batter. Pitch. High, ball one. Haynes, a strikeout in the first. Since then, a walk in the third and a home run in the fifth inning. His first home run as a Trab. He pulled it over the Smirnoff ice sign of the right field corner. That home run tied the game at 3, but the Mission scored 3 more in the top of the sixth inning to take a 6-3 lead. That's where we stand. Rowland-Smith 1-0 is swung on and missed. And a ball and a strike on the traveler right fielder, Haynes. Haynes made a beautiful diving catch for the last out of the top of the sixth inning. Otherwise, if he wasn't able to make that grab, the Missions would probably have at least a 4 or 5 run lead. On deck, Aaron Peel. Rowland-Smith facing the Travelers once, struck out 3 of 4 batters in an inning and a third perfect. The pitch. Haynes takes in the dirt, a curveball. Blocked by Rucky, holding the runners, 2-1. Rohrbaugh in line for the win. He is 2-0 in the Texas League and 7-1 in Inland Empire. So that's an overall 9-1 record. He cannot get the loss. And 6 1/3, scattered 7 hits, struck out 8, walked 1, and hit a batter. Here's the 2-1 to Haynes. I'm going to pop fly out of play. Down the left side and over the bleachers. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nathan Haynes. That outfield coming in. Center fielder Boucher, Wilson left. They're all a couple of feet in. Not just a couple. I'd say they're good 6 to 7 feet playing close. Right fielder Balentien, normal depth. Haynes' power is to right field. If the line drives to center and left. The 2-2. A swing and a foul ball again over the bleachers. 2 straight fouls in the same spot for Haynes. As he looks to string together a few hits here for the Travs in the 7th inning. Ryan Rowland-Smith signed in November of 2000 as a free agent. He was just 17 years old. 60 years of professional, second in the Texas League. 2-2. Haynes a swing and a tip. It is dropped at the plate. Rucky couldn't squeeze it. The count still is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rowland-Smith looking in. Comes set, delivers 2-2. Haynes a swing and a solid fly to center. A base hit just over the outstretched shortstop. Here comes Pauly around third. The throw home is high, and he rolls over the catcher. He is chased. Going to third base is Rodlin. Into second is Haynes, and the Travs have the tying run at second base. A good throw by Boucher was a little high. Rucky took that throw behind the plate, and as Peel came and bowled him over, he touched the plate with his foot. He didn't really need to bowl over Rucky, but he did anyway, and he scores in the process. Rucky asked for his trainer to come out and check on him, and out comes Chris Garosik. Matt Pauly taking out the catcher to make it a 2-run game, and Darren Brown is out to talk with Stein about the call at the plate. Stein got it right, though. Rucky took that catch behind the plate because he had to leap in the air. He had set himself up in front of the plate, as every catcher does on a throw coming home. But when he leaped in the air, he landed behind the plate. That's why Peel is safe. The throw beat him. And heads up base running by Rodlin and Haynes. Coming in behind the play. And it looks like Rucky might not be able to continue. He is favoring his right foot, and he's unable to take any steps without limping. And it looks like the Missions may have to go to their backup catcher, Brian Schwieger. It looks like Rucky is hurt pretty bad. Maybe a sprain of the ankle, who knows, but he is walking off under his own power. Unfortunately, he will not be able to continue in this game. He leaves. So Pauly not only scores for the second time and makes it a 2-run game, but he also knocks out the San Antonio catcher in the process. So it'll be Schwieger coming on to take over behind the plate, and he'll also be batting in the number 9 spot. Schwieger still hasn't had an at-bat in the Double-A Texas League. He had been playing with an affiliate of the Seattle Mariners. Hadn't seen where he'd been playing yet. fact, Schwieger's been all over the Seattle system. With San Antonio, it's his fourth level with the Seattle Mariners minor league system. He's been at high single-A Inland Empire, low single-A Wisconsin, triple-A Tacoma, and now double-A San Antonio. Actually, he is 2 for 14 as a hitter here in the Texas League. So Brian Schwieger takes over behind the plate, and Rowland-Smith is going to throw him some pitches just to get back into the mode of catching and game action. And I hope Rucky's okay. Anytime he got a collision play at home, and you see a catcher walk off limping, the catcher is open in that prone stance. I mean, he caught that ball and then landed immediately, was bowled over by Paul. He really couldn't brace himself. Now the Mission send their pitching coach Brad Holman to the hill. And the game really slowing down now here in the last of the seventh as the Travs look to rally back and tie things. Holman walking out to the mound for a talk with Rowland-Smith. Rohrbaugh charged with his fourth run. He is still responsible for Rodland, who is at third base, but Haynes, who represents the tying run, is the property of Rowland-Smith. 6-4 San Antonio. Haynes with his second base hit and his second RBI of the night. Paulie scores for the second time. Keel is 0 for 3 and about to have a chance to tie this game up. A pretty good game in our hands tonight, folks. A little back and forth, and the Travs looking for the fourth right now. Holman leaves the mound and crosses the foul line right behind Aaron Peel, who's about to stand into the box. Aaron Peel has popped up twice and grounded out once. The infield is back. They'll give up a run for an out. Pitch on the way. Laying in a blooper in a shallow right. Going out second baseman Chen. Couldn't make the play. A run will score. And here comes Haynes. No throw to the plate. Peel into second. And he is safe. Third base is open. The ball got through. He'll get to third. Tying run at third. Only one out for the Travs. Peel ties the game with a bloop single. And he'll take third base on a throwing error from Wladimir Balentien. The rallying Travs come back in the seventh inning with Peel's first base hit, tying this baby at 6. Heads up base running by Aaron Peel. He took second, and when the throw got through, he realized nobody was at third. Tuiasosopo had to back up. E9 on the play. Brandon with the batter, the infield in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss off speed, 0-1. Line complete on Rohrbaugh. He gets a no decision. 5 runs and 6 1/3. They're all earned. Wood 0 for 3. Reaper his last 23. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a broken back fly to shallow center. Charging Boucher. It falls. A base hit. Peel coming home. He'll score. And the Travs take their first lead of the night. Brandon Wood's 61st RBI makes it 7-6. Since the first out of the inning has been reported, 5 consecutive batters have reached. Haynes, an RBI single, followed by Peel's 2-run single. Peel tied the game, and now Wood makes it a Travelers lead, 7-6. The comeback boys are back. Rowland-Smith has faced 3 batters. They've all reached. 2 have scored. And now Matt Brown, the batter. Wood at first. Still just 1 away. Wood is going. The pitch outside. The throw from Schwieger. Rolls into second base. It goes into center field. Wood is up. He's on his way to third. No play. E2, and that is, again, heads-up base running by Brandon Wood, testing Schwieger, who was brought into this ball game only 2 minutes ago. Brandon Wood steals his 13th base in 14 attempts on the year. And it's another RBI chance for the Travelers. Runner at third, 1 out. Infield is in. The count 1-0 on Brown. 4 runs have scored here in the 7th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Brown, a fly ball in a right field. Coming on Balentien, a base hit. Here's Wood coming home. 8-6 Arkansas. Matt Brown with his first base hit, his first RBI of the night. Number 46 on the RBIs for the year for Matt Brown. Nobody warming up in the bullpen at the moment for San Antonio. But Ryan Rowland-Smith is getting drubbed here. A 5-run rally in the 7th for the Arkansas Travelers. 5 runs on 5 base hits. Now it's Terry Evans looking to continue the rally. The pitch, a little chopper foul outside third, strike 1. Evans is struck out, homered, and lined out to center. 6 consecutive batters have reached. 5 have scored. Travelers trailed by 3 coming into the inning. They lead by 2. Rowland-Smith, a high set of the pitch. Evans takes a fastball high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bill Edwards is now off the hook after he gave up 3 runs in the 6th inning. Brown leading from first after he knocked in Wood. The pitch hit hard but foul outside third. Strike 2 on Evans. How about that? The Travelers offense was kind of slumbering over the first 6 innings with all 3 runs coming on solo homers. As they have exploded now in the 7th. Evans, the 8th batter of the inning. Greg Porter on deck. Here's a throw to first. Brown lunges back ahead of the throw and is safe. Still the center fielder and left fielder are shallow. Evans could really jack that ball over their heads. The 1-2 pitch. Evans a swing and a Fisher foul, falling in the first base foul area, and it's still 1-2. Those who stuck around for the last of the 7th have been in for a treat. And this is exactly the kind of baseball the Travs played at Wichita. Coming from behind. Brown, good lead, leaning towards second. Rowland-Smith gives him 2 looks, now deals. Evans a swing and a foul back, just to the mesh in front of the booth, and it's still 1-2. Evans waiting for the bat boy to come around the batter's circle, right on the third base line to pick up the ball. Shot back into the dugout, and Terry's ready to go. Rowland-Smith has faced 4 batters. They've all reached. He throws to first. Brown running to second. Hubbard throws to second. They caught him in a rundown. Running him back towards the base is the shortstop Navarro, and he tags Brown out. Second out of the inning. Caught stealing will go 1-3-6. The aggressive nature at the plate and in the bases has been one of the reasons the Travelers have been able to rally here in the 7th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Evans. A swing and a miss, and the strikeout will end the 7th. So the Travs rally for 5 runs on 5 base hits. There were 2 San Antonio errors, and nobody left aboard. After 7 innings, the Travelers have their first lead of the night, 8-6 over San Antonio. This is Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. No, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameriprod Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameriprod features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameriprod consultant, also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameriprod. Ameriprod, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas
Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like PART, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
First time that a Traveler pitcher takes the mound with a lead today, and Bobby Zimmerman, after throwing a 1-2-3-7, saw the Travelers rally for 5 runs in the 7th inning, taking an 8-6 lead over the Mission. Number 2 batter, Ozzie Navarro, will lead off against them. And Navarro's been a tough out today. He's 3 for 4. Here's the first pitch from the big right-hander, and it's a fastball for strike 1. Pitching line for the Trabs, Jose Arredondo, 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Zimmerman ready, and the 0-1. Navarro, it's a soft liner to short, and Wood is there to catch it for the first out. Edwards went an inning allowing 3 runs on 5 hits, and Zimmerman, as of now, an inning and a third perfect. Here's Jason Bourgeois, followed by Wladimir Balentien. Bourgeois went on base twice, a first inning walk and a 4th inning infield single to short. He also struck out and hit a sacrifice fly. Sac fly was part of the go-ahead rally for the Missions in the 6th. The pitch, slider, strike 1, inside corner. This is a big appearance for Bob Zimmerman. Here's his 0-1 to Bourgeois, and it's fouled off the right side. Good pitch on the hand, strike 2. Zimmerman looking for his first win of the year. He did start the season coming as the Travelers' closer. Hasn't had a save since April 15th, but right now Bob is the pitcher of record. And he looks very strong right now. He's set down 4 in a row and ahead of the 3-hitter Bourgeois, 0-2. 2-run lead for the Travelers, 8-6. Zimmerman delivers. A slider, low, ball 1. Missions committing 2 errors last inning. Wait to see how many of those runs are unearned. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And the slider is popped in a shallow left. Bat Brown giving way to Brandon Wood. Wood underneath it, and there's 2 away. Pop up to short for Bourgeois for the second out. Balentien coming up. Balentien had a single in the 6th inning to center field that sent Ozzie Navarro around third. But Terry Evans with a perfect throw home, and Bobby Wilson put the tag on Navarro for the out. Balentien would come around to score anyway. The pitch. Look out, at a duck underneath the Zimmerman fastball. And it is 1-0. Balentien is struck out, walked, grounded out, and singled, scoring twice. The 1-0 pitch. And it's a fastball for strike 1 at the knees from Zimmerman. 1 ball, 1 strike to the 4-hitter Balentien with Marshall Hubbard on deck. If Zimmerman gets 1 more out, it'll be the 5, 6, and 7 batters in the 9th. The 1-1 pitch, a curveball for strike 2. Those 5, 6, and 7 batters, Hubbard, Wilson, and Chen, have combined for 7 base hits. The 1-2 pitch to Balentien, swinging a liner in the center, a base hit. Evans there to field. And Balentien with a 2-out single collects his 2nd base hit of the night. It's the Mission's 14th. Tying run comes to the plate. Marshall Hubbard has been a thorn in the side today. Into the plate 4 times, reaching 3. 2 doubles with 3 runs driven in. And close to a home run in the 3rd. Hit it off the right field wall. Zimmerman sets base on the left-hand first baseman. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Rising in the zone. It's 0-1. Infield will play deep. Wood a step in front of the cut of the grass at short. And the 0-1 pitch is fouled away over the bleachers at third. Strike two. Zimmerman has not been messing around. He is attacking the strike zone, and this is what Travelers coaches like to see from any of their pitchers. It doesn't matter what kind of stuff. They want to see him attacking the strike zone. Zimmerman trusting his stuff. Walks back on top of the mound, looking to send it to the bottom of the eighth. 0-2 on Marshall Hubbard. Balentien at first, hands on his knees. Here's the pitch. Very high and dropped by Wilson, allowing Balentien to get to second. It was a pretty high fastball from Zimmerman. Wilson was there to catch it. We'll see how that scores. Call it a pass ball on Wilson, his fourth of the year. RBI opportunity once again for Marshall Hubbard. Zimmerman with a ball in his right hand. Comes set, check second. The kick and the pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Wilson. Balentien wants third. He'll get there. A wild pitch. So on two pitches, Balentien takes two bases on the Wilson pass ball. And Zimmerman's first wild pitch of the year. Bobby back off the mound on the first base side. Wipes away the sweat. Paulie now playing behind first. Roblin deep at second. Up the middle is Wood at short. Brown off the line by 10 to 15 feet and deep at third. 2-2 on the way to Hubbard. Laid off a high fastball, bringing the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Mike Wilson, who's been a perfect 3 for 3 today. Zimmerman set down the first 5 he faced, now dealing with Balentien at third. The 3-2 pitch is popped out of play over the bleachers. Then came with a slider. Got it towards the inside portion of the plate, and Hubbard fisted it out of play. Zimmerman protecting his own lead here in the top of the 8th. Travelers rallied for 5 to take their first lead of the game in the 7th. Back to the stretch. Now to the plate. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a high fastball, and the 8th inning is over. Zimmerman gives up no runs on 1 hit. He strands a runner at third. The Travelers take an 8-6 lead into the bottom of the 8th on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir. What's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir. This is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Moving into the last of the 8th inning, Travelers looking to extend a lead, which is 8-6. Greg Porter leads off. Ryan Rowland-Smith is back to work with a fastball for strike one. Rowland-Smith charged with 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning. One of those runs unearned. Porter, the only batter not to come to the plate in the 7th, chases a slider and misses 0-2. Porter 1 for 3. Struck out last time to the plate against Robert Rohrbaugh. Gets a no decision. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another slider and a 3-pitch strikeout. 1 away in the 8th. That's the 10th Traveler batter to strike out today, but they'll take it, leading by 2. Bobby Wilson coming up. Wilson 0 for 3. His 5-game hitting streak on the line. Rowland-Smith comes home. Wilson swings and misses with a pitch that was way outside. Count 0-1 of the Traveler catcher. It's .315 coming into this game, ranking 6th in the league and tops on the club. The 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. From the Mission's bat at the top of the 9th inning, it'll be Wilson, Chen, and Tuiasosopo. Here's the 0-2 to Wilson. Swinging a pop fly on the roof at first. Out of play. Nobody warming up in the Traveler bullpen, so it looks like Bobby Zimmerman will be coming back for the 9th. Zimmerman has looked strong. On deck, Matt Pauley. He's had a perfect game, the 0-2. Swinging a line drive high to left field. Going back, Wilson has a beat. He is there. He makes the catch. And there's 2 away, and Pauley coming up. Well, Matt Pauley is a triple short of the cycle. Has hit no triples this year. None with the Travelers, none with Rancho Cucamonga. And just 9 triples in a 4-year career. Going to get one. He'll have to shoot it to left center. Single in the 3rd, a home run in the 5th, a double in the 7th. He has scored twice. The pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. More impressively is that Pauley has collected these 3 hits against left-handers. The 0-1 is high, a ball and a strike. Pauley came into this game batting just .147 against left-handers with 5 hits in 34 at-bats against southpaws. The 1-1, swinging a pop-up behind the plate. Krieger giving chase, no room. On the roof, strike 2. Travelers took the lead with a 5-run 7th inning. Go ahead hit was Brandon Wood's bloop single on a shattered bat. Now the 1-2 to Pauley. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Inning over. And the Travs down in order. So we'll go to the top of the 9th. The Travelers looking for their 3rd straight win. Arkansas 8, San Antonio 6. The top of the 9th is next on Air America Little Rock 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. No, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Top of the ninth, Travelers looking for the win. 8-6, Travelers leading by 2. They took the lead with a 5-run 7th inning. Bob Zimmerman back to work, facing the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Daniel Davidson is warming up in case Zimmerman needs help. In 2 innings, Zimmerman has allowed just 1 base runner, a 2-out single to Wladimir Balentien in the 8th. Mike Wilson leads off. He's been perfect today. Here's a pitch. Wilson swings and misses at the Zimmerman curveball. Wilson walked in the 2nd, singled in the 3rd, 5th, and 6th inning, driving in 2 runs. Zimmerman ahead of the big right-hand batter. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A swing and a foul back, strike 2. Zim looking to do something he hasn't done all year, go 3 innings, and that is tough to do. As a reliever, he's used to going 1 inning, 2 at the most, as a closer the last couple of years. 3 innings is a tall order, but Zim looking strong. Counting ahead, 0-2 the pitch. Bringing a foul tip of the plate. Another breaking ball. It's still 0-2. The longest Zimmerman has gone this year, 2 1/3 innings, at Corpus Christi on April 30th. He did pitch 2 shutout innings at San Antonio on June 27th. Allowed just 1 hit. Here's the big right-hander getting the sign. The 0-2 to Wilson. He laid off the curve, and it's low. Ball 1. Missions have a right-hander warming up in their bullpen just in case. Chad Fillinger has just started to warm. Hands together by Zimmerman, and the 1-2. Fastball fouled back, and Wilson got a big cut. This is power versus power right now. Zimmerman just said, here's my best stuff. What can you do with it? Missions had 2 separate 3-run leads. Travelers tied it in the 5th with a couple of solo homers by Paulie and Haynes. Here's the 1-2 to Wilson. Inside, almost hit him, 2-2. Missions retook the lead in the 6th with 3 runs. The Travelers rallied for 5 in the 7th, sending 8 men to the plate. 2-2 count on Mike Wilson, the 6-hitter. Waving the bat behind his head. Wilson waiting. Zimmerman delivers. 2-2. And it's hit high to right field. Haynes is back in front of the warning track. Makes the catch. 1 away. That's the first time Mike Wilson has been retired today. And now the Mission second baseman, Young Chi Chen, will come up. Davidson continues to throw. Chen is 2 for 4. Asked for time, but Zimmerman throws anyway and misses high. Ball 1. Time was not granted by Jason Stein. Chen singled in the 2nd and 3rd. Grounded out in the 5th. Nathan Haynes made a sparkling catch to rob him of a hit in the 6th inning. The pitch. Swinging a liner over short. A base hit for Chen. And it goes towards center where Evans is there to pick it up. Base hit number 15 for the Missions, and a 3-hit night for Young Chi Chen. The tying run will come to the plate in the 9th inning for San Antonio. It is the number 8 hitter, Matt Tuiasosopo. On deck is Brian Schwieger, who replaced Justin Rucky, the catcher, in the last of the 7th after Matt Pauly bowled Rucky over on a play at the plate. Rucky was 0 for 4. Tuiasosopo has grounded out 3 times and struck out the pitch. Fastball, strike 1. Tuiasosopo has hit into 2 double plays in his 16 games in the Texas League. The 0-1, bringing a pop fly out of play. Over the right side of the ballpark, and it's 0-2. Holding Chen at first is Pauly. Brown close to the line at third, about 4 feet off behind the bag. Outfield is deep all the way around. Wood and Roslin double play depth up the middle. Zimmerman looking around his shoulder as Chen takes the lead. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A slider, and Tuiasosopo chase it. 2 away in the 9th inning on Zimmerman's 3rd strikeout. Here comes Brian Schwieger. Schwieger is 2 for 14 in 5 games in the Texas League. Right-hand batter, standing 6 feet tall from California. Zimmerman coming set. Batter is a tying run. The pitch up high with a fastball, 1-0. Schwieger came to the Missions after a 6-game stint with AAA Tacoma, where he was 5 for 12, driving in 4 runs. He's played at 4 levels of the minor leagues this year. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a tip, and Wilson holds, strike 1. Zimmerman looking to throw 3 shutout innings and hold on to the game. The stretch, the 1-1 pitch, curveball called, strike 2. Wichita has taken the lead at Midland into the 8th, 5-3. So it looks like the Travs will need to win to stay 2 games back. Zimmerman is ready, and here's the 1-2 up high. Side the fastball, and Schwieger laid off. Off of first goes Chen. Paulie still holding. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a liner foul. Slicing over the right side and way out of play. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 new balls brought out to the plate umpire Stein. Zimmerman takes his cap off, takes a look at first. Goes to his mouth with his hand, wipes it off on his right pant leg. Big Bob climbs on top of the hill. Socks up to his knees, ball behind his back, he's ready. The 2-2 to Schwieger, swinging a grounder foul behind the plate. Went after a slider and barely made contact. Davidson continues to throw. On deck is Sebastian Boucher, a left-hand batter. And if Schwieger reaches, Boucher may face Davidson. Zimmerman wanted to shut this down himself. Another 2-2 pitch. Outside, fastball just missed the corner. With a full count, Paulie will play behind the runner. Chen will get a head start on the pitch. Outfield deep and straight away for the right-hand batting Schwieger. In his 6th game at Double-A, the 3-2 pitch. Broken bat, pop up to second. Rodlin is there. He's got it, and the Travs win it. A comeback win. A 5-run 7th inning. The Travelers beat the San Antonio Missions 8-6 with Zimmerman going the final 3 of shutout ball for his best outing of the year. Travs win their 3rd in a row. Final score, Travelers 8, Missions 6, and you can put it in the book. Travelers now go to 9-9. 33-54 overall. San Antonio falls to 10-8. 38-49 overall. Travs take the first game of this 4-game series. Zimmerman is the winner. Rowland-Smith takes the loss. 8-6 the Travelers win. We'll have the final totals and the recap next on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Ray Winter Field's 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. We've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstile. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Ray Winter Field. This
is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Ray Winter Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always follows the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Where? I mean, I remember eating the wings.
Yeah, the wings are good.
Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. You guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer?
I would love a beer.
Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
Travelers with an impressive win tonight, coming back over the San Antonio Mission from 2 separate 3-run deficits. Arkansas wins by an 8-6 final score. Phil Elson with you for your Allstate Insurance post-game report. Allstate believes it's time to make the world a safer place to drive. Are you in good hands? Here are the unofficial totals, starting with the Mission. San Antonio scores 6 runs on 15 base hits, committing 2 errors and leaving 11 men on. The Travs score 8 runs on 11 base hits, no errors, leaving 3 men on base. Into the recap here, we didn't have any runs until the 3rd inning when the Missions exploded against Jose Arredondo. It was not quite as sharp after his 5-hit shutout of Wichita last Wednesday. Arredondo got the first out of the 3rd inning, but then Ozzie Navarro, it's a double to right center, and after the 2nd out, Wladimir Balentien would take a walk. Marshall Hubbard then tomahawked the ball off the right field wall for a 2-run double, and Hubbard would score when Mike Wilson lined a base hit to right field, so it was 3-0 San Antonio after the 3rd inning. Travelers got their first base hit from Matt Pauley after Robert Rohrbaugh set down the first 7 Arkansas batters in order. In the 4th, still it was 3-0 San Antonio. Rohrbaugh got 2 outs, but then Terry Evans powered an 0-1 pitch over the right field fence. It was his 3rd home run in 4 games with Arkansas, 10th home run in the Texas League, and his minor league high 25th home run of the year. That made it a 3-1 score, and the Travelers came back in the 5th inning, tying the game with 2 solo homers. Matt Pauley hit the first pitch from Rohrbaugh, the 5th, over the right field wall. And then with 1 out, Nathan Haynes had a first pitch home run, also over the right field wall, his first. Pauley's was his 8th. And that made it a 3-3 tie. Jose Arredondo left after the first 5 innings, giving way to Bill Edwards for the 6th. Edwards was not sharp, allowing Sebastian Boucher's leadoff double. And then Ozzie Navarro beat a ball over the mound. Brandon Wood charged from short, tried to barehand it, could not make the play clean, allowing Navarro to reach on a single. It was 1st and 3rd for Jason Bourgeois, and he hit a fly ball halfway down the right field line. Nathan Haynes made the catch, and scoring from 3rd was Boucher to give the Missions a 4-3 lead, but the inning wasn't over yet. Wladimir Balentien then connected on a line drive single to center, only to see Navarro come around 3rd and get thrown out on a perfect throw from Terry Evans, with Bobby Wilson putting the tag down on Navarro for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 more runs would score anyway. Marshall Hubbard hit a fly ball to left field away from Aaron Peel into the corner for a double, scoring Balentien. And then Hubbard would score when Mike Wilson grounded a hard foul up the middle for a base hit to center. So a 3-run rally for the Missions gave San Antonio a 6-3 lead going into the last of the 6th. Rohrbaugh left the game after he set down 6 batters in a row, but then coming into the 7th inning, a 1-out double by Pauly would bring Eric Rodlin to the plate. Rohrbaugh got ahead of Rodlin for the 2-2 count, but hit him with a breaking ball and then left the game, giving way to Ryan Rowland-Smith. Nathan Haynes then delivered a single over the shortstop into center field with Pauly bowling over Justin Rucky at the plate. Boucher's throw from center was high, and it forced Rucky to leap in the air to catch that throw. When he landed, he was about an inch or two behind the plate. Pauly bowled him over, scored the run. Rucky left the game limping on his right leg, and Brian Schwieger replaced him behind the dish. After Pauly scored on that single by Haynes, Aaron Peel would hit a bloop single into right field. That would tie the ball game as Rodlin scored from third. Haynes came home from second, and that made it a 6-6 game. But Peel on the throw home ran to second base. Actually, not on the throw home. He ran to second when the right fielder Balentien picked up the ball late. Peel going to second. Balentien's throw to second was wild, going into short left field with a third baseman Tuiasosopo backing it up in the outfield. That left third base unprotected. And on that unprotection to third, Peel went over to third base. So with Peel at third represented the go-ahead run, Brandon Wood came to the plate in a 3-for-23 slump, but on a broken bat fly, fell into center field for a base hit. Peel came home to score the winning run. Wood would then steal second and go to third on the throwing error by the catcher Schwieger. And then Matt Brown delivers a line drive base hit into right field, scoring Brown, capping the inning at 5 runs on 5 base hits. That's where Bob Zimmerman really displayed some fortitude. He set down the first 5 batters he had faced coming in after Edwards pitched the 6th inning. Zimmerman gave up a 2-out single to Balentien in the 8th, and a pass ball and a wild pitch with Balentien at third, but Zimmerman responded, striking out Marshall Hubbard for the last out of the 8th. Zimmerman did give up a 1-out single to Young Chi Chen, so he placed the tying run of the plate with 1 out, but struck out Tuiasosopo on 3 pitches, and then took care of Brian Schwieger on the pop out to second base. So the Travelers win it by the final score of 8-6. Winning pitcher Zimmerman going to 1-2. Ryan Rowland-Smith takes the loss, his first decision at Double-A this year. The home runs again. Evans with his third as a Traveler, 10th with the Texas League, 25th to lead all the minors overall. Matt Pauly's 8th with the Travelers, his 14th overall, and Nathan Haynes hit his first home run in the Texas League this year. 8-6 the final. The Travelers are the winners. We'll check the minor league scores, the Texas League scores next on the Southwest Airlines Out-of-Town scoreboard on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T with its passion to invent and SBC with its drive to deliver have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travelers win it by an 8-6 final score today over the San Antonio Missions. An impressive comeback win with 5 runs coming home in the 7th. Travelers now have won 3 in a row, and they've evened their second-half record at 9 wins and 9 losses. Overall, the Travs now 33-54. San Antonio falling to 10-8 in the second half. They have lost 6 of 8. And the Missions 37-49 overall. Checking Texas League scores, there's been a rain out today. Springfield and Corpus Christi, too much rain in Springfield, so they're going to play a doubleheader on Wednesday. It means the Travelers are a game and a half in front of the Cardinals for second place in the North. Travelers at the moment are a game and a half in back of Wichita for first. The Wranglers lead 5-3 at Midland in the bottom of the ninth inning. Midland had a 3-0 lead after the second, but the Rockhounds gave up one of the fourth, and Wichita took the lead with a 4-run rally in the sixth. And so the Wranglers have Gabe De Hoyos on the mound, their closer for the last of the ninth inning, looking to nail down the save. Final score out of Frisco, the Rough Riders send the Tulsa Drillers to a 7th straight defeat by a 4-1 final score. Pete Comatani, the winner, his first win in 6 decisions in the Texas League. Loss is Juan Murillo. Murillo falls to 6-6. Jeremy Ward got the save, his first, and Frisco Nate Gold hit the only home run of the game, his 13th of the year. So the Drillers fall to 6-12 in a complete tailspin now. Travelers are 3 full games ahead of the Drillers for second place. Frisco to 7-11, 6.5 back in the South. No major league games, of course, today with the All-Star break, but the Home Run Derby took place at Pittsburgh's PNC Park. And evoking memories of Pittsburgh legend Willie Stargell, Ryan Howard wins the Home Run Derby. He beats David Wright with 5 home runs in the finals. Wright answered with 4. Howard hit 8 homers in the first round, and he squeaked into the semis. He was the 4th most homers in that first round, but Howard hit 10 in the semis and 5 in the finals. So we talked a lot about the young talent in Major League Baseball this year, and you can really see it, at least just by who was in the finals of the Home Run Derby, with Howard and Wright, both second-year players. Of course, Howard won the Rookie of the Year award in the National League last year. And 3 National Leaguers took part in the semis. Of course, the All-Star game tomorrow at Pittsburgh's PNC Park. Congratulations to Ryan Howard of the Philadelphia Phillies, this year's Century 21 Home Run Derby champion. And the second year in a row a Philly wins the award. Of course, last year was Bobby Abreu, put on a display at Detroit's Comerica Park. Take one more check of the score at Midland, see if Wichita has finished that game off. They had a 5-3 lead going into the last of the ninth. It is still in the last of the ninth inning, 5-3. So we'll take one more break. Maybe that game will be complete when we come back. We'll wrap up the broadcast after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Company Casualty Insurance Company, Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Dan. 11. Wrapping up the broadcast, Travelers win it today by an 8-6 final score, winning their 3rd straight game. And the Travs have now won 8 of 12, by far their best stretch of the year. This win evens their record in the second half in 9 wins and 9 losses. And at the moment, a game and a half behind the Wichita Wranglers, as Wichita still carrying a 5-3 lead in the last of the ninth at Midland. Officially, these are the final totals tonight. San Antonio, 6 runs on 15 hits, 2 errors. The Mission stranded 12. Travs with 8 runs on 11 base hits, no errors, leaving just 3 men on base. Bobby Zimmerman is the winner. 3 shutout innings for Zim on 2 hits and 3 strikeouts. His record 1-2. Ryan Rowland-Smith takes the loss, and he falls to 0-1. Time of game, 2 hours, 46 minutes. And the paid crowd was 2,906 at Ray Winder Field. Travelers banged out 11 base hits today, led by Matt Pauly's 3-for-4 effort. Pauly also bowled over San Antonio catcher Justin Rucky on a hard-nosed play at the plate. Pauly hit a home run, a double, scored twice. Travelers also got homers from Nathan Haynes and Terry Evans. Evans leading all of the minor leagues with 25 home runs on the year, 10 of the Texas League, and 15 in the Florida State League. We're going to have 2 people share our BC. In fact, we're going to have 3 of them share our BC Powder Player of the Game. It'll be Nathan Haynes, Matt Pauly, and Bob Zimmerman. Zimmerman, with his best outing of the year, picks up his first win of the season with 3 shutout innings when the Travelers bullpen really needed an outing like that. So we've had strong outings now from Kyle Edens 3 games ago. Yesterday it was Rich Thompson with 2 shutout innings for the save, and Bob Zimmerman today really with a very impressive effort against a team in the Missions that had been swinging the bat free and easy for the first 6 innings. So congratulations to Nathan Haynes, Matt Pauly, and Bob Zimmerman, today's Travs BC Powder Players of the Game. We'll also give a nod to Mike Wilson and Young Chi Chen, along with Ozzy Navarro, each had 3 base hits in the loss, and San Antonio first baseman Marshall Hubbard knocked in 3 runs. BC Powder, the official pain reliever of the Arkansas Travelers. It'll get into your system fast, and BC goes to work fast. Headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. Well, the Travs will go for their 4th straight win tomorrow, taking on the Missions in Game 2 of the series. Of course, there'll be the Major League All-Star Game in Pittsburgh, and that'll be recorded on the DVR back at home. Tomorrow's pitching matchup, right-hander Jesse Smith for the Travelers, 5 wins, 8 losses, and a .453 ERA. His mount opponent is left-hander Travis Blackley, who comes in 6-6 with an earned run average at an even .400. First pitch tomorrow, 7:10. Airtime of the ITT Tech pregame show is 6:50. And we hope to have you on the broadcast or at the ballpark tomorrow. Looking for a discount ticket for tomorrow's game? Pick up a discount ticket at a Pulaski County Exxon gas station. Gets in for just $3. Or if you're an Air Force member of out at the Little Rock Air Force Base, you can get a free ticket at the Air Force Base only. And that, again, is only for Air Force Base personnel. Little Rock Air Force Base night is sponsored by First Arkansas Bank and Trust. So for Matt Alderman and Lindsey Floyd back at the studios and the folks at minorleaguebaseball.com, everyone here at Ray Winder Field, thanks for tuning in. Again, our final score, the Arkansas Travelers 8 and the San Antonio Mission 6. We'll talk baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.